Yep, and then I seen the guy literally go shoot and sneeze all the way down the front of his shirt, and he just went up and picked it up, and he ate it. He ate it. Why did he just ate it.
I mean, if you've got the
Why?
choice, what are you gonna do? Eat snot or earwax? I mean,
Well,
come
let's
on.
be honest. I mean, it's nothing worse. I mean, if it's coming up your nose, I mean, it's gonna go all the back of the throat anyway. It's all
It's gonna be a
connected.
lot chewier than. Oh shit. So right,
Shit, we're
right,
live.
wait. We'll table that. Table that. Okay.
Yeah, well, we'll get back to that. I forgot
Cool.
about you.
And anyway, so that's what's in Richard's container. Anyway, so
Pretty much.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
hello and welcome to our mainly weekly, 4 weeklies in a row, then not anymore, episodes of Mutant Year Zero, the ruins of South Lanarkshire. We come to you tonight after revelations, after game-breaking revelations were made last week by Miri, who has apologised to me since then. This may be the last episode, who knows? She had to throw away
Maybe the
everything
last
I'd done.
episode.
It won't
Mary,
really
what's all
be.
them things you've
Yeah,
got?
yeah, this
I'm
could be
hiding
the
behind some
penultimate
toys.
episode. I never even thought of that.
It will not be. It changed things slightly.
It
However,
can't be the last episode. I'll
Slightly?
cry.
slightly, slightly, all can mean massively in some languages, but I don't want to overstate things. Anyway,
Yeah, bless you.
things have happened. We're going to see the fallout of these things tonight. There'll be some slight changes to the way we do things today, but not many. It's just so we can kind of finish off what Maddie's done, let things settle down a little bit, and then decide what you're going to do next. But before we do any of that, we will, of course, introduce our players. I have got, let me look at the Twitch stream. On this side of me is Rachel. Flair.
Hi.
Hey, Flair,
Yes,
what did you do last week?
we went to the train, and not the train, pardon, the tractor place, and found some robot pieces, which none of it was really working. What did I actually do? I'm not sure.
No one remembers anything apart from the last half hour of what happened.
Yeah, I know because I watched it and I know I was like going insane, but like watching Murray's character do stuff, but I don't actually know what I did.
You've done some light exploration. You did discover the tractor repair place, which actually used to be a tractor repair
Yep, and then we
place.
overthrew the ecclesiarchy.
That's correct. But you did find
No,
some
no,
robot parts.
we didn't. Mary
No,
did.
that's true.
Look, it was an accident.
Yeah, we just got back there and we were like,
By
let's help.
accident, yeah.
You then arrived back. You've notified O'Brien. You have not been to see the girls yet, but and then you did go and help Mary. You were heard of. You were doing an inventory of the room there where you have found all the food. So yeah, you did do important things, overshadowed by a vastly surprising turn of events. Now to my this way. Nope, no. He is down the way. Logan, hi.
Aye.
What did you do last week? What game-changing decision did you make?
I did a really stupid decision, I would say. I thought I'd be cool and be on my own. Was it the vet? Or was it an office building?
You stayed in the aforementioned tractor repair place with the robot
was
parts.
that,
You thought, for some reason, you would just stay there
Yeah.
to guard the parts.
And
So
no
that
one's
is-
came.
And no, well, it's going to be interesting to see exactly when they get round to coming to get you, seeing as the whole arc has just been thrown into uproar. I'm sure they'll be along directly, and nothing could possibly happen to you.
We need
Um,
communication devices.
Every now and again, we're going to just like cut to Logan just bouncing up, just throw the ball to Mutt, and then the dog runs back and it just throws it again. God, where is everybody? Okay, directly to this area here is the game breaker herself. There she is. Look at her wearing a red robe of shame. Mary, what did you do last week? Enlighten us.
Well,
Lost a check. Oh.
I went in a door and I looked in some boxes and I looked in a cupboard
Very
Then
true.
some stuff happened. And then I had
remember?
a nice sit down and spoke with O'Brien and everyone.
I said,
Yeah,
it's
then
weird.
you accidentally overthrew the ecclesiarchy.
Yes. Yeah. And the after you walked into the room, you did use some badass mutant powers to give everyone a bit of a kind of headache, and then you're like, well, might as well see if this works. And
In the room,
you
something. Some stuff happened.
profit. Yes. So this week we'll be dealing with the fallout of that. And now below Logan, so it'd be like poof, down that way. Scott with his new headphones. Look at him with his new headphones.
Yes, I don't know how they sound to everyone on the stream. Well, I know no one can hear me, but oh, in fact, it's very, very loud. I better put that down because it's in red.
No, I can hear you.
Oh no,
It's
I'm
fine.
meaning on the Twitch stream. It's
Aye.
because you're hearing me through Discord. That shouldn't
No, I
be
can
as
hear you
bad.
through Twitch as well. Don't worry, you're fine.
No, but it was going into the red, which is a problem.
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh, thank you for the resub, Lee. What?
Bloody hell, Lee.
It's a Prime subscription. We're getting it every month, guys.
Right in the middle of my speech.
Ah,
Oh, does it play music or something? I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Oh, does it know that? I've always got the tab muted, so I don't know what it's doing.
Oh,
Sorry, Scott. Anyway, you were
Okay,
saying.
she's back.
Yes.
sorry, guys.
Well, Bogart basically just carried a Metal Man as a present for Grey, thinking that this is going to make her day. She made her
This will
own
be the most
day.
exciting thing she'll get today.
Aye. Mainly because she didn't get to go on her adventure. However, he was getting tired and decided to disappear during Grey's speech.
Mhm. Okay, and to the to beside Scott is Richard. Richard, hi.
I did fuck all that game. It was not. I did nothing of interest whatsoever. The game breaker down there was up there. Actually, was more than enough. I just left it to my own devices. Just a grunt at the end. Know nothing about this.
They become less and less meaningful. Now Mary has like several grunts at her command.
Yes, this is true.
So
You can
from
always
now on,
multi-class into an enforcer.
he might have to. No, not at all. As I said, you all remain equally important. I will describe some of the boss mechanics during this session. However, I'm not just being like, oh, you've got like 5 guys with you all the time. They can deal with all your problems. You also have a building that you got to deal with. You might have them do some work for you on the arc while you leave the arc. I'm not just giving you the cheat codes to the game. That would become very boring. Unless it's thematically appropriate, in which case, fuck it, who cares?
Cosmo.
Well, they're also going to want things like food and paying and,
Bad God mode.
God mode,
Fine,
except everything gets worse. Okay, yeah, so that's everyone. So, yeah, and clarification, yeah, use kind of completed the tasks were given by Hannibal, apart from murdering him at the end and only bringing back enough fence to do a small part of the arc. You gave away the tractor that God bestowed upon you to just turn it into 2 vans or something. So it's not going to be much harder to go and get the rest of the fencing you need. But you do have some grunts at your command that you can maybe send to do that. Apart from that, after opening the downstairs room, Hannibal had summoned an assembly and he was going to announce to the Ark his intentions and what he expected from them moving forward. However, Minnie then shot him a bunch of times in the head. However, the assembly had been called. So O'Brien has said perhaps she should address the crowd that is forming upstairs. As the camera zooms in through the clouds and over the kind of rotten runescape of Lanarkshire, smashes through a window, which we'll have to repair later on, down the stairs, down to Grey as she walks up the stairs. I'm assuming looking happy because she loves addressing crowds of people.
Oh
You've
yeah,
always-
Grace looking immensely pleased with everything that's going on.
She's never displayed any kind of anxiety at all, so I'm sure that this is her absolute dream. You are followed by O'Brien. Julie is there, because Richard might not remember. He did have a brief interaction where he basically asked her a question, then ignored all of our answers.
Yeah. No, I did that to mess with her, and then all of a sudden, oh fuck it, they just take all 5 experience because the one time I actually do something to muck around with the enemy, and then you just let it go. Like
The
that.
enemy, his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Is this the guy we're dealing with? Okay, cool.
We've got a hype train going.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Way! Hype.
Ooh.
I
Okay.
got one tier sub.
Ooh, I think that was.
Thank you.
I think Sly gave one out for us. Okay, so just to clarify how this is going to work. I forgot Ulf's name. Is it Ulf and Flair are currently downstairs. They've said they're taking inventory. Bogart said he's going to sleep, so I'm going to say there's a couch down there. Have you just kind of couched out on a couch?
I will point out that Bogart has not actually went to sleep.
I didn't think you just like switched out the light, but I can see you're currently resting. Is that okay?
No. He's leaving the ark right now.
He's leaving the ark.
Yes.
Oh, I remember that you said this. Yes.
We will come back to what you're doing. Then that's fine. So as opposed to resting, you're walking out and you're going to be leaving the ark. Okay. So basically, you're going to be following them up the stairs, and you can just go out the back door. And
Yeah,
we'll come
don't
back
want to be seen
once...
leaving.
That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Cool. So we zoom into Dodger. What are you doing? I'm only kidding.
Playing ball.
No one cares what you're doing.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so
Oh,
sitting sadly,
shoot him while he's down.
sitting in a warehouse sadly.
Should I just walk away?
I'm just gonna have like that doesn't matter. Right. Okay. So, Gray, you go upstairs, and O'Brien kind of puts his hand on your shoulder at the top of the stairs. Have you any idea what you're gonna say?
the big loudspeaker. No.
I forgot I gave you that. Right.
It's the only thing that's made me put down the gun.
The
Megaphone gun.
She has a couple of grenades that's like hooked into her, like her. I assume it's like kind of dungarees or like some kind of utility jumpsuit that you wear.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just your usual kind of tools all over you: grenades, gun, and megaphone.
Yes.
You're also followed by Face, and Julia is with you as well. The rest of Hannibal's crew are upstairs, just kind of like looking sheepish and not really knowing what to do. You can hear the kind of murmurs, like kind of the dull roar of the crowd outside. You can hear it like occasionally, like, "Where is Hannibal? What does he want us here for?" That kind of stuff. Right, so shall we go outside and do this then?
Just in here.
Look, if we wait here long enough, they'll maybe disperse, but word's gonna get out. It'd be better if you're in control of this. I'm not
Hydrate,
forcing you,
folks.
though.
Hydrate. Cheers. I'm drinking a snot milkshake.
I'm drinking intelligence juice because I had to deal with this.
I'm drinking caffeine.
Yeah, I'm just drinking snot rage.
Is it cold?
Got the most posture
It's
checks
cold.
as well.
It's cold.
Yeah, it's trying to
It
keep
just
the
runs
hype
down-
train going.
Sucks down nice down the throat. Yeah,
Right.
got little bits in it as well. It's
Oh.
Anyway, that's a different stream. That's what Richard's
for a
drinking.
different time. Yeah.
This is after 10 o'clock stream. Right. Okay. So yeah, you can do this. Even if we go outside and just say you're in command now, are you going to tell them what you found?
Gray sort of looks at Orion and looks back down into the building and looks towards the outside, and it's like, maybe we should play down that part of it.
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, you don't want to choke the engine.
He nods at this gearhead reference. Yes. Wise words. He hands you a small flask. Take a drink of that.
She takes a slightly larger drink of it than she normally would.
It's like, yeah, it burns. Yeah, this is the gearhead alcohol that you distill. It is fucking terrible. But
Can
yeah,
run
And
to
sure.
his office.
yeah. You don't know. You've drank this plenty of times. When you are, once you are too tired to like work anymore, you'll have a drink before you go to sleep, and it's just enough to kind of steal your resolve.
Like I like pull myself up a bit straight and go, right, okay then, let's do it.
Okay, yeah. So Face walks out with you as well. They flank you on either side. There's a few pallets that they go over and grab, and they kind of falling down to the ground to kind of raise you up slightly. Julia's standing behind you, and there's a large crowd. It's roughly, you're probably talking about maybe a third of the arc is turned up. You can see other people kind of like coming in from the side. Most are just kind of milling about and just generally interested to see what's happened. You do see some faces at the front when they see you. Now remember, you just shot somebody in the face several times. There is some blood splatter on you.
Yeah.
It's not too unusual for the arc, to be fair. You look around, there's some other people with various like blood splatters on them. But yours is pretty wet.
It's fresh.
It's fresh, dripping a little bit. You can do this. Come on. So yeah, you go through and say, you hear some people like, "Where's Hannibal? Why did he ask us to come here? That's an interesting red stain."
I raise the megaphone and go,
Nice.
hiya!
Booms out of the megaphone. Hello! Hi! The people at the front take a step back, like, holy shit! It's like,
You
did you
doing
just
alright?
yeah. You hear someone, yeah, that's a cool toy. That makes it much easier. Some people at back shout, that makes it much easier to hear you.
Good, it's a bit loud.
Yeah, the people at front are like, yes. The people at back are like, it's fine.
Discussing the intricacies of the megaphone.
Well, look, it's what she does.
Yeah. Wait, someone at the front, actually, someone you recognise. Let's see who it can be. Who's a fun mutant from the arc that you have met before? I have so many of these guys, so that not named NPCs that are dead.
Whilst he's thinking, I would like to thank chat for all the subs and bits that we have just gotten fired in to get that level 3 hype train going.
You're welcome.
Yay!
You're welcome.
Thanks, guys.
I saw you had done it. I had saw other folk had done Real Sly and and it Chop. I cannot read that. And 3BCH07.
Yay! Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate it.
We love you.
We love you. A mutant you recognise, a one-legged gentleman that leans heavily on a cane. If you look at your Roll20, he's on there. Honest Harry, a fixer of the arc. Someone is always quick to try and find a deal.
I thought you were going to call him home for
Is
a
this
minute.
Del Boy?
No, Del Boy's a different character. Honest Harry he's on your Roll20. You can look at him if you want. I found his picture on the internet, and I thought he needs to be on the arc. He's great.
I cannot look at it because I have got the roll up.
Oh, there he is.
Oh
my god.
Look at him go. Wearing.
Wow.
He is, of course, he looks older than he should be because you're all in your early 20s. For some reason, he has an old man face and grey beard.
That's his mutation.
That's his. Yeah, the weird mutation he got was just elderly. It's the worst mutation.
I wouldn't be surprised if there is actually a mutation in it that just says elderly and it like ages you.
The worst mutation, but you become like really good at hearing people standing in your front lawn and things. You always have sweets in your pockets.
Oh, one of those. Nice.
Yeah. Honest Harry kind of like limps forward. And now you know this is an exaggerated limp because you've also seen him smash people with his cane before, but he likes to kind of like play it down, like kind of hobbles over. Right, okay, what's happened? Something's happened. Where's Hannibal?
I sort of take the megaphone away and like lean down and go, he fell?
He looks at you, and you can see like he's a suspicious man by nature. That's how he stayed alive. After he lost his leg, he got really suspicious of people. Don't know why. It's like fell down. Why'd he send you?
Well, he fell on some bullets.
I suspect foul play.
I'm
It's
going
not
to
sort of head
sense
that he fell on
emotions,
some
this
bullets.
individual.
He looks at the megaphone and then you see him he looks at the gun and his eyes do kind of widen very briefly until then he like immediately kind of regains his composure. Some bullets, did he? Gray, who's the boss of the armory now?
I am.
I sort of
The
look around
girls.
nervously at
Look at
everyone
me.
behind me, like,
I'm the Hannibal now.
I am Hannibal.
Look into my eye.
okay, I might accidentally have maybe become the boss of the armory for now.
What did you say? Was this your outdoor voices?
No,
Your indoor
I'm
voice?
talking to him just now.
Okay.
Some people might still be able to hear me though.
Well, I mean, other people are kind of edging forward. The people at back like, we can't hear you anymore. Use the phone.
Okay,
And the
as
people
I said, I might be the boss of the armory just now.
shocked gasp. Oh,
Oh, hey, it's not that shocking.
it's like
We didn't like the man anyway. Fuck him.
from the side. From the side. I is.
Oh, I looked down.
No,
that's
you
fine.
didn't.
I know you're right.
Did you? Aye.
I. Oh, yeah. You look over. Who said that? Nobody. To all international viewers, good luck finding that one.
No, it isn't.
No, isn't it? Anyway, right. So yeah, still game reference, guys. So yeah, okay. Harry turns around and says, "She's a boss now." Right. He had a big announcement. What is it? What have you got? Can I sell it? I'll buy it for you.
We found the fences.
Oh.
The fences.
There's loads of fences. We can fence the whole arc. It's definitely the fences. Everyone, we found some fences.
Give me, and now if you look in your character sheet, I gave you a new
Right.
skill.
Deception.
Okay.
No,
not
it's a boss
deception.
skill.
I gave her the boss skill, and I like what Miri has
Oh.
done.
Right. Okay. The command one.
New skill.
The command one, and I am going to say use your command, and if you get a success, people are like, yeah. So they said there, yeah, he
Okay.
said he was going to get the fences. She shot him in the face. They have fences. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Bogart's just like walking out the arc, like, I'm sure she's fine.
I got one success, but I got also a fail.
as long as you get a
I don't
success,
think
it
it
doesn't matter.
matters.
Success cancels. So
Okay.
if you get one success, you get 10 fails. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Command. All
So-
right.
Right.
Fences make senses.
Yeah, you get a few like fences make senses. Fences make senses.
Hey.
Make the arc great again. Not you. Fences make senses.
Project Mark.
Wait,
Yeah.
you have just took over as a boss based on building a wall.
Oh.
Wow.
I love it.
Yes.
We've gone
Yes.
that route.
Sorry guys, buckle up. This is the rest of the session, right? I'm just gonna keep making her do campaign slogans now.
Oh fuck.
You've had a week to think of them, buddy. So yeah, there's a moment that people are like, yeah, that's what they got sent out for. That makes sense. Yeah, well, yeah, you would do that. Yes, don't know, wait, he's the first to get back. That's cool. All right,
Can't someone else do it?
yeah, Simpsons. So was he looking for volunteers to help build the fence then?
Yes, we need people to help out. We'll bring back any bits of food we find and stuff, and we'll give them to you, and then you can have strength to build the fence.
Yeah, there's a contingent of grunts as always, and they're like, we like food, eating's good. Yeah, they'll feed us too. Can we sleep in the armory? You hear somebody shout.
Not right now. but we'll be speaking with the people in the nursery.
Okay, that's fine. Right. Why did you kill Hannibal then?
He kidnapped Spanner.
Murmur through the crowd, like, oh yeah, Spanner went missing. Yeah, you hear people like, oh, so he's alive again. Lots of people die in the Ark all the time. So like, somebody coming back saying like, oh cool, that's nice. They're not dead. Anyway, it's like, didn't realize you were that close to Spanner, but okay. Why did he have Spanner?
Because he wanted machines. That's why you get gear. What?
It's like, oh yeah, that also sounds reasonable.
Right, let's not get bogged down in who killed who here. Let's just go about our businesses.
So yeah, some of the grunts at this kind of point move forward, and I have grunts because I've made up so many characters. I get to finally use some of them. Right, let's take the dog handlers away, and I've got grunts. God, I gave them such terrible names. Okay. Oof, no, I'm not that one. I'm gonna have to rename that one. That's terrible. Frost comes to the front, leading a contingent of grunts. Right, so when do you want us to start building this wall? Straight away?
Yeah, but we need to get more fences in as well.
Right. You need. Okay. We're going to need to work the details out of this. And so, where do we get the fences from?
Get the fences from the place that I definitely remember the name of.
You just know the location of it. The person that's currently leaving the Ark has it written on his highly detailed map. The rest of these have got vague directions towards it. You go that way for like a day, and then you find a place that's filled with wasps and got no roof, and you go in there and take fences.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. And don't worry.
Also, the wasps are delicious.
That's true. They were very crunch. They look confused and worried at the mention of wasps. Some stalkers kind of like move forward at this point and are like, "Do you want us to lead these guys to there? Where's the tractor that you used to pull the trailer out? Are you going to take that back?"
Good news, bad news situation. Good news, we've got a couple of vans.
Okay.
Bad news, they were made out of the tractor.
Yes. O'Brien kind of looks like, oh yeah, maybe we should have done that. Shit. Right. O'Brien's like, I can maybe deal with this, but I'll need to. Okay, we can work it out. So we'll do it. So he's like, shit, should have took the traction apart immediately. Oh, didn't realize he had to go back and didn't realize I had to go back and get more fencing. Should maybe have asked. Okay, cool. So yeah, so this is all happening. There's kind of more people are just they're asking more questions about what your plan is. Are you going to start? Are you going to stop being an adventurer? You're the hero of the Ark. Are you going to go out and keep bringing things back? Are you finished, or what's your plan? At this point, people are kind of milling about, like, well, I don't need to be part of this, so some are just wandering off now.
Well, actually, right now we have to have a meeting about that. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, yep, and you go back inside. Face kind of stays out, and he does actually start answering some questions, and he tells people he's going to make his decisions today, and if the grunts can come back tomorrow with stalkers, then they will sort out who's going to go with the tractor and move them on. And the crowd kind of slowly disperses. I'll say all this interaction is taking a little bit of time. So while this is happening, something else is going to happen. Now, Ulf and Flair, you were downstairs, weren't you?
Yeah. We sure were.
By yourselves. Or together, one might say. Yes, true.
I don't think we were together, were we?
You were together, yeah.
Okay.
You were taking inventory of the food downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's technically not what I was doing, but okay.
Tell me what you actually were doing, because it's really useful for me to know that.
No, I was having a breakdown, is what I was doing. No, yeah, you know what, I was looking at what the food was and then that, and I'm putting cogs together in my mind here.
You're going up and down. Now, what I'll say is that numbers have never really been either your strong suit. You know, you get there's 10 ghouls over there.
I get there's a loads. Yeah, I get there's a lot.
So it's
here.
1, 2, 3, many lots kind of situation. So you're going through and you're like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, oh. And you keep getting these numbers. So you really there's a lot of food here. You crack open, you find the open crate, you look through it, and you go, it's like, this would feed lots of mutants. And there's lots and lots of these things. I will say, as you're going through everything, you do find some paperwork. You don't really understand a lot of it. A lot is quite technical, but there's a heading at the top that you recognise. You've seen it. You've seen signs for it. It says Borders Biscuits on it.
Right.
So yeah, I did tie it into it. So yeah,
Oh, the good stuff.
Borders Biscuits,
might be-
MREs.
There might be some biscuits. Biscuits? I'm not sure how you pronounce this.
Biscuits.
Biscuits.
She's a small panda.
Biscuits. Yeah.
Biscuit
You're,
crunch.
you're probably right. We should probably should mention that to the boss, I guess.
Well, yes, she is our boss.
As you start digging through the thing, just seeing what you've got, you found linguine, and you found beef stroganoff. I can't remember if I've said that one already, because you keep asking me what's in these things. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want a list.
I've got to think of different foods all the time. This one's chili. This one's enchiladas.
Gobbler, cheesecake,
Yeah.
dumpling.
Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
Breast of haggis.
Roast chicken. Yeah, just a big bag of haggis. You hear a startled exclamation from behind you. Ah, fuck, they're here. And you turn around and it's Benny. Benny is one of Hannibal's stalkers.
Mm-hmm.
She has her gun drawn. And she is followed by, let me make sure I get this right, because I made this whole thing.
Dear.
Benny, Baracus, Manny, Bosco.
That cunt.
All right.
Fuck, someone's gonna die now.
They have their weapons drawn like, fuck. We thought you would be outside. Don't say a fucking word. Guns are up. Right.
Hey.
What the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah, what's the deal?
We are busy. We have job.
We're busy. Right. Okay, we're going to make this quick. We need to get out of here before she comes back. We're taking 2 boxes of that food.
I'm going to breathe fire and kill them all.
They have their guns drawn. If you want to do this, it'll be an initiative roll. I'm just reminding Rachel of the mechanics of the game.
Yes.
Okay? So you can, but remember, I have spent a week on this. They all have mutations.
I'm going to slowly just walk behind the crate that's open in the middle.
Stay
up. Cover. Yeah, I'm looking for cover. Says,
look,
no, I'm not moving. I'm just moving back. If you want to take two, take two. I mean, there's plenty here. I take it you're looking for Hannibal.
We know where Hannibal is. She points to the stain on the floor. We were here. We know what's in the boxes. We were here.
So what's
that
happening
then you
here?
know what Gray can do, and if you hurt us, she will very much do that to you.
She got the drop.
Maybe worse.
You see her thinking about that for a second. It's like she does have a trickle of blood coming down from her nose. She's the one of the ones that got zapped. The other ones have
exactly. How did that feel before? She will do it again. I promise you.
Nice. As you're saying that, let me see what she's got. Okay, actually that wouldn't work. I did just make them all really cool. She got the drop on us once, and Bosco, is that his right name? Yeah, sorry, Baracus, the one that you hate, does this. And he has large clawed hands, and the kind of tendons and muscles stick out in his arm. His arm looks very animal-like. She got the drop on us once, because we underestimated her.
Oh yeah,
she'll look worse than normal.
And you thought you would underestimate her and not underestimate us?
We're just taking what's ours.
Yeah, go ahead, take.
Yeah,
no. No.
No.
I will put my hand on her shoulder. Says, "Go, take 2. Why not? You're gonna have to carry them out, carry them past everybody. You really think you're gonna be able to do that? Oh yeah, where's that?
The back door.
Where's the back door?
There in front. As you walk into the building, there's a large roller shutter that takes you out to the area that the trailer was supplied, and there's the front door where Mary is currently giving an audience to the crowd.
And then where are you going?
Somewhere in the arc. People leave their bosses all the time.
Oh yeah, somewhere in the arc, right? So you're gonna walk past everybody, a starving mob, with a couple of boxes full of food.
They won't know what's in them.
Oh yeah,
People
'cause you're
aren't
gonna kill them
that
all, right?
stupid. You, however, are very stupid, thinking we will just give you free food.
Yeah, I'm assuming you can read, right? I mean, that thing. I'll point to the box. It says that's what that says, right? That says food.
We
I'm
had some
bluffing. That's.
earlier
I
on.
don't think he can read. I'm bluffing it.
These are they did eat the stuff earlier on.
Yeah.
You just seem kind of look at like I don't know what this fucking says, but
Yeah,
I know what's in there. I opened it. I ate one.
Yeah,
And
no,
he
but
says, "Shut up, Bosco." Right, but
yeah,
I can
but if
Well,
see,
you're
but not
saying
Bosco.
that,
That's
you
a
I
ate
mean, but
one from a different box. This
Yeah.
one, you never know, might be poison.
Tell you what, you can actually roll me anything that's a deception roll. You can do it as I forget what they're called in this.
Manipulate.
Manipulate. There we go. You can any one of you can roll me a manipulate roll at with an extra dice in it, because that's a good shout.
Do you have good manipulate?
Nope.
Me neither.
I'm bluffing this like a motherfucker. So you
I'll
better
give you
hope.
I'll give you a +2 dice to it because you're both saying it and they don't know what's in there because
Yeah,
all they know
okay.
is fucking filled with socks. They only know one
Do
of
you
them
want
had the
to do
memory.
it?
Yeah. I'll roll it. Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
I've got
go
2
for
in
it.
manipulate, so
Yeah, same. Hey,
I got 1.
That's good.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Benny's like, right, grab that one, grab the open one, and then who can run over? I'm going to say Bosco and Manny run over, and they grab the one that's open. They close. This is the one that's had stuff taken out, and they
Yeah.
start dragging it away from you. And they, it could be right. There could be nothing in it. It could all be empty. Fuck it. Let's just take this one.
Yeah, take it by all means. You might as well take
They
it.
close you over the lid.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my shoulder. I'm gonna put my hand on her shoulder. I'm saving her life here, and say, yeah, certainly go take it.
Rachel, don't listen to him.
I will squeeze a little bit tighter, just to give her that knowledge of there's a better way of doing this.
Remember when Mary took the chance? What happened?
I'm worried the fire will burn some shit up
Well,
because
yeah,
it's close
we're in a tight
proximity.
area. They've got guns on us,
Yeah.
so yeah, by all means, take it. You might as well.
Guns are still trained on you. They're backing out the room. They're just Benny doesn't
Just to
move.
let you know, next time I see you, you won't. It won't be good for you, any of you. But you will have worse than 2 broken legs. Trust me.
Baracus, you're specifically
Yeah.
speaking to.
Yeah.
Baracus looks. He's like, I'll take my chances. You're not making any
Well.
friends in the arc. We can go work for another boss.
Well,
Yeah.
We're going to tell
Good
everyone about
luck.
that food, and if you don't start sharing it, you'll have a much bigger target on you than we will.
Funnily
now
enough,
I'm going to.
No. Well, wait a minute. Are we not sharing it? I mean, you just took a box of the food that you know we've got. I mean,
We took
that's sharing,
a
right?
box at gunpoint. We're going to make sure everyone knows that you've got something down here.
Oh, we've got something. I don't think it's food.
They're still
Yes,
backing out the
they're
room.
all labeled
anyhow,
different.
But anyhow, you take care, BA.
I think
I
this
mean,
one has clothes in.
Baracus, not
See,
good.
look, come
yeah.
see.
Oh,
I
yeah,
will
yeah.
show you what's in these boxes.
So like
Absolutely
to
not going to
say,
get closer to
so like
you.
to say, I will turn around and say, yeah, no problem, Baracus. It was Baracus, right? And then I'll run through all the names that I know, is because everybody's gonna know you've got food too, right? I mean,
Yeah,
who's gonna take you on? Who's gonna take you on if you got a boss? Who's gonna take you on if you know that you were the ones that backstabbed the boss, right? I mean, you were working for this boss. I mean,
Well.
after Hannibal dies and then Gray takes over, you take her food and then you go somewhere else. Who's gonna trust you? I'm just wondering. I'm trying to figure out the kind of the play
Thinking out
here.
loud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out the play here. Where are you going to go? I mean, are you going to walk past with an open crate of food, nonetheless, with food written on the side, past everybody? Who's not sharing here? It's not
One
us.
of them
We gave you the
grabs
food.
So,
a blanket from the couch and just throws it over. We could leave the ark for a few days. If you're not
Oh,
getting
you
too
don't
much
want to be
food.
doing that. I mean, you got the bikers out there that are ready to kill. I mean, that's why
They're
we're getting
backing out.
fenced,
Oh
right?
no, Ulf,
So the
Ulf.
So the
Let them
simple
go.
fact is, you go out there, you go out there with food as well. They're gonna hunt you down. They're gonna kill you.
Ulf,
But
let
listen,
them
you do
go
what you
out
do. You
there.
do what you do, right?
Yes.
See you
Backing
later.
out.
You go out there.
Bye.
Have
Yeah.
fun.
They back out, they keep moving, they drag the stuff up the stairs, and you hear the roller door go up and shut behind them.
I'm gonna
You did
follow
look
them.
very worried by what you were saying. Yeah,
I'm
if
gonna
you want.
follow them
Cool.
out to see if they actually go or where they go.
Cool. Right. So yeah, you hear the clunk, and then you're gonna run. You're gonna go out after them. Yeah.
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
I'm just gonna
I'm
follow them.
stopping her. I'm stopping her.
Well, is he stopping you, Rachel?
I'll just what do you want?
Just
Why
lock
are
the
you stopping
shutter.
me this time?
We know there's a back way. There's a back way. I'll just lock the shutter so they can't come in. We got to discredit them.
Hmm.
We have to discredit them. I mean, if they're going to try and share the fact that we got all this food, then we're in trouble. Especially if,
What
but I'm
if
sure.
they?
Although I'm sure Gray is currently right now telling them that we have all this food and we will be sharing it as equal partners, and let them know that
Well,
Baracus has stolen from the Ark.
well, it is great. So I probably would think she would have told them.
Yeah, she's fine. Listen, Gray's got this. I mean, she's going to be a good boss. She'll be able to tell everybody that we have food and we'll be able to share it, and then
Plus,
she'll be able to
she
turn
put us
around.
in charge of
Yeah, and she'll not only that, she'll be able to tell everybody that Baracus and that stole some of the food for themselves. They shouldn't have done that because we were
exactly.
going to share it equally. That's easy enough. Sorted.
Why don't we go and tell her now?
Yeah, we should probably do that.
And then we can
What?
tell everyone that they have stolen from us.
Now, what I will add at this point is that the Ark is currently a lawless place, and people get knifed over looking at each other wrong. Somebody stealing food off somebody else is about as common as.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
if
they're
they're
not going
going
to
to
live.
share
They're
it
not going
with
to live long.
everyone, they have stole food from you at that point.
Yeah, they're going to live. They're going to.
They've stole
They're not going to
food
live long
at
anyway.
that point.
Mhm.
Who knows?
Yeah, they don't know what type of food, do they?
All they know is that they had some delicious, tasty food, and they were taking some, and you were there, and they didn't expect you to be there. But yeah, you make some very valid points. Rach, by this point, some time has passed. You've had this discussion.
I
You've went
would have
back and forth.
followed them, I think.
If you want to go out, you can try and follow them. It'll have to be, if you're going to just go after them, I can take a follow the path, find the path, or I can take, find the path. And if you're trying to do it sneaky, you're going to have to do a sneak roll. But if you just try to chase after them,
Okay.
you are a stalker. What I'll say, it'll be an
I'm not
opposed roll,
sneaking. I'm
but
not
that's fine.
sneaking.
If you're doing find the path, that's fine. Benny is also a stalker, so it'll be an opposed roll because she's going to assume that you're going to come after her.
I didn't roll well.
What'd
You
you
rolled a
roll?
1. You rolled.
I
You
got
got a
one
success.
success.
Right, okay.
Yeah, but if
what
he's a post roll, she'll probably get more than me, on my luck.
Did you roll find the path? Okay, that's cool. Oh, because you're injured
Yeah.
now as well, aren't you?
Yep, I sure am. Yeah, thought too bad.
She rolled 2 successes. Yeah, so she's zigzag. She's went round. It's almost like she was planning something, and you have expedited what she was planning in the first place.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, you go out and you think you've got them, but they're smart. They go to an area that's well travelled, and they've managed to get
Yeah.
away. The conversation gave enough distance between it that they've managed to lose you. And you also know that stalkers tend to have little places off the arc that they can hide out just to let things calm down if they've been in a fight or something's that owed money. So yeah,
That is
it's
very
pretty
true.
good.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the food and that.
Well,
So
while she's doing this, I'm
again.
gonna pull another crate out. I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna take some of the food out so it looks kind of like what it was before.
Yeah, so yeah, you could. There is dozens of boxes. I mean, again, this is surprisingly. If you want to move some up, I mean,
No, I'm gonna
needs to
make.
yeah.
I'm gonna take one of the crates. I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna take some of the boxes of food out to make it look kind of exactly like what it was before, the one that was taken.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna stuff
Let me explain this. They've taken a full crate. So imagine like see
Yep.
storage containers. So like heavy duty versions of them. So they've taken the full kind of storage container thing. So they've left with that. So there's just basically it was lying on the floor and they've taken the full thing.
Yeah,
with whatever's in it. So if there's no way to make it look like it did before because you just have a pile of food because you've not got a box.
I'm assuming there was a load of. I'm assuming there was a load of other boxes because if you're talking about a storage, because storage container to me means something totally different. I think.
All right, sorry. No, what I mean is like like the big plastic boxes you get.
Yeah.
That you buy. It's basically them. It's like imagine like a heavy duty, like thick military style one of them.
Yeah. I am
So, yeah,
taking
it's
one of
just-
them out. I'm going to open the box up.
All right, so
I'm going to take some of the food out. I'm going to
He's
make
trying
it
to
look
make it
exactly
look
how
like
it was
nothing's
before.
Right,
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
take some of the food. I'll pocket the food, and then I'll leave it like that and go right. Does it look anywhere near what it was like before?
Yeah, I mean, all the boxes are fairly. I mean, they've got different numbers on the side, but it's all meaningless gibberish to you. So it's like this
Awesome.
box looks the same, the food bags look the same. You've got extra. I mean, unless someone was taking some in, yeah, probably should be fine.
So how many of the food have I got for taking it, for
I will
instance?
say that you can easily take 5 food from that.
Right,
Actually, I'll tell you what, let's say you took 10, and that seems to be looks
So-
roughly the same as what it looked like before.
So I'll put good. I'll just put the description down as good food and 10
Good
food.
food, 10 MREs,
10
self-heating,
MREs.
fancy bags.
Nice.
I
Okay.
would like some for my girls, please.
Once
How many can I have, Lee?
I'll give for
Well,
5. I'll share the 5 if I've got
So
10.
you're rummaging
Okay.
through all this stuff. Then Flair comes back and she starts pocketing stuff as well.
No, I'll give her
Stuff
the
full
No,
of
no,
five.
food.
I only want a
Yeah.
few.
Yeah, I'll give her
Okay.
the 5 of the 10 I've taken. I'll say there for the
Absolutely.
girls.
Lee,
Yeah.
what have I got?
What do we
You have got fish and chips, which is weird. You have got roast chicken. You have got beef stew. You have got Scotch broth, just a like, soupy bag of Scotch broth, and you have got toad in the hole.
Okay.
This is the rest of my game now. Having to think of foods.
So what I'll say to Flair is
Mhm.
once we do that, it says, right, we tell nobody about this. We didn't get robbed. That didn't happen.
Are you sure we should not say anything to anyone?
Yeah, we should definitely not say anything that we got robbed. That never happened.
Okay.
Where they found that,
Okay.
because where they found that food, we've no idea. They got it for somewhere else, didn't get it for here.
I trust you. I will not say anything. You have
We
my
need to-
word, don't worry.
We'll need to let Gray know of obviously this plan and say, look, you either share the
Yes.
food or you're going to have to hide the fact that that we've got it and they just found it for somewhere. Because
Bloody puzzle.
we're gonna get swamped. We're gonna get absolutely done if we don't. We got 2 choices.
This will either cause absolute chaos and a lot
no.
of death.
No. It will cause chaos and a lot of death. With either path we take, what we need to make sure is if we're in the target, if we're in the crosshairs or not.
We need to make a plan of action.
Yeah, we shut this down, lock it up again. and
Gray
don't
at this
talk
point
about
comes
it for a
back in
while.
with the people that left with her.
Who's this?
Gray now re-enters
Nice.
the building with O'Brien, Julia, who sees you're there, spins on a heel, walks out, and
Great. So did you tell them we have food? Yes.
Just a minute. Just as Julie's going, yeah, go get the other bosses. I need to speak with them.
No,
No.
we need to
Well, I've
tell.
said it now.
We need to tell you something.
It's happening.
Gray, can we speak to you in private?
Yes, we have something to tell you.
Of course. Everyone must perform their functions.
I will say, as you are kind of going, you get settled down, you just talk back and forward. Face returns with 4 other mutants who I should have mentioned would come out now with you. Dirk, Maddie, and Dwight. They are the ones that have remained with you. I will now tell you that once they're in the room, you realise that there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There was 7 other mutants in Hannibal's gang, and there was only 4 that came to get the food.
Mhm.
Just so you know that.
Yeah. Is Gray on her own?
Gray is flanked by the 4 people I've mentioned, and O'Brien's still there. You're in
Great,
the
we need
large open area. There's an office off to the side, which was Hannibal's office,
Yeah,
and there's the
great.
downstairs area.
Gray, we need to talk to you alone if that's okay.
Yes, I'll come with you.
Everyone
O'Brien,
else needs to feck off.
O'Brien kind of laughs. He's like, I've got work to do anyway. Gray, if you need me, just give me a shout. What do you want to do? Shall I get the tractor back together, or do you want the vans?
I think we need the tractor again.
It's a good idea.
We really did take it apart. It'll probably be ready, not today, probably the day after. I'll see if I can. I'll give it a bit of clean out as well. Is there anything
Spanner
else you
knows
need?
about it. Spanner can help.
Okay, hopefully they've got him counting his ratchets because he was a bit grenadey when he came back to us. But I'm sure he'll be
Isn't
fine.
everyone these days?
Looks at the grenades, is like, yeah. And he walks off. So that leaves the 4 that are left for you. That's Face and the other ones that I mentioned, whose names I don't remember. Face, Dirk, Maddie, and Dwight. They kind of look at you a bit nervous, like, do you want us to go downstairs, boss?
Yes. Make sure and guard everything.
They kind of look at each other like, okay.
And
2 of
take
them
care
are.
and make sure you get enough rest and your shoes are okay and you've got you haven't done anything bad to your gun and and I love you and hugs.
Ah.
Oh.
The 2 grunts accept the hunts willingly. Face looks very, very uncomfortable with the hug. And Dirk, who is a stalker who has received many injuries, kind of like with his one good arm, kind of like puts it around you and like kind of clapped his backpack thing, and then just kind of like drags himself downstairs. Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm getting something to eat. But yeah, they all head downstairs. So yeah, you're now free to
We've had
discuss what you'd like
trouble.
to discuss.
We've
Are we
had
definitely
trouble.
free to discuss this? Are we definitely free? No one's sitting listening in.
There is no other mutants upstairs. Everyone else has either went downstairs or left. There is an empty room beside you, which was Hannibal's room, which you could go in and close the door if you wanted.
Right, okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Right, we'll do that then. Okay. And then once that's done, you've been robbed.
Yes. And guess who it was?
I look through my pockets like, what?
No, great. The
You just
food.
had a you just had a crate of food taken.
The bikers.
No.
No, thank fuck.
It was it was actually some of your guys, or some of your guys, it would have been your guys.
Gray just looks immensely
Cannibals.
confused. The food for the ark has been taken by
Cannibals.
people from the ark. This is stealing. Like,
They
Well,
weren't allowed the food. They came in with their guns pointed at us, threatening to kill us if they did
Yeah.
not get the food.
Yeah, there was 4 of them. We managed to negotiate down to 1 crate, but they were going to take a lot more.
Gray's still looking there like, does not compute.
Well, here's the thing. Did you tell everybody that you got that you have the food?
I said
Everyone
we'd
knows,
feed
yes.
everyone.
So everybody in the ark knows that you've got food to share, right?
They know we'll bring them food.
Right.
This food.
Now, well, here's the thing.
Specifically.
Yeah, here's the thing. One of the crates is now out there in the ark. People are going to
Yes.
see that, and if questioned, them 4 are going to tell them that we have this food, which means you're going to have a lot more issues than just other bosses. You're going to have a lot of hungry ark coming, knocking down the walls and the doors of the armory, and you're going to be either forced to give it all up, or you're going to have to deny everything implausibility. But either way, there's going to be violence. So it's a case of, what do you want to do, boss? This is you.
Calculating like, this seems like a timing issue. We need to
Very
adjust the
much so.
belts or something.
Yeah, I agree. It's timing, but it's not very good timing.
We
maybe
we could have them killed, so they can't say anything. We
Go
could
to for every problem.
negotiate some kind of agreement where we give them food every so often.
No.
We
I
could.
need to speak to the other bosses. I need to speak to them now.
How
Well,
how
here's
many
the
other bosses are there?
not
Also,
yeah.
they will probably try and take all their food and kill you.
Sorry.
Just to say.
4.
Not only that, they're probably working with another boss at this point. I mean, they were taking food, and they did say that there are other
Yes,
bosses
we can
out
work
there that
together
work
with the other bosses. I need to
Yes,
speak to them now.
but you need to. Well, if you're gonna have to tell them, you're gonna have to tell them now before these idiots go up to a boss and tell them exactly what you got.
Yes.
Well, go and get them then. Oh no, them guys went and got them. Never mind.
Like opening the door and leaving just as I'm saying that.
The boss goes, okay, I'll go. Right.
I don't think Gray's grasped the concept of boss.
What I will add to this is going and getting the bosses or asking for them all to turn up. Yeah, mutants murder each other in the Ark quite a lot. They also know you just killed Hannibal.
Can I go
Okay,
chat for doors?
kind of. They do all have the bosses we're referring to is Diane, the high priestess, who has a church in the north of the camp. Bellboy, who doesn't call himself a boss, but has been slowly building a following of people. He does it mainly through kind of like doing actual decent trades with people and letting people work off debts, but he does treat people reasonably. O'Brien, who is your friend and is considered a boss, but is one of the weaker bosses because he mainly just deals in technology. And the final boss would be the Elder himself. His dealings tend to go through Hanneth, the lead chronicler. The Elder himself isn't really seen very often because he's old as fuck and is tired. So you could go to them or you could see if they come to you. That's up to yourselves. While we're doing this, though, Scott, you left the Ark. What are you doing?
I am currently away to get Dodger, and we're going to stake out to see if there's any mutants heading towards that other Ark.
Ooh, smart. Okay, so that in itself will take a couple hours. I'm not going to make you do any rolls. You know the way to the place. Yeah, you go. And sure enough, you arrive, let's say middle of the day. Doors still covered over. Oh, your warning signs are still up. Yeah? Are you going to head inside?
I'm going to do knocking, and then I'm going to like look through a peephole and going to say, "I'm a bogus gas." I'm joking. Basically got to do the wee knock thing that we said we'd do.
Was it not a password?
Logan,
Isn't
do
it
you remember the
isn't
knock
it the
thing that you said?
groovy gang or some shit like that? Or
No,
is
there was
that
a word.
D&D?
It was Groovy Gang.
Oh, it was Groovy Gang. That was it.
I am not
Logan,
saying the password.
Logan, you hear a knocking at the door.
I shout,
Logan,
what's
give me
password?
give me a straight wits check.
Okay.
Yeah, mate, you wouldn't shout.
What?
Just
Nice.
wits, mate. Straight wits.
That's not a pass, is it?
It's not a fail. It's not a pass. In that moment, you hear at the
You
door.
heard something. Yeah, you
But,
wouldn't have heard it because of
but
the
you
mic being
were
picked up.
sitting upstairs in the so you hear a noise.
Yeah.
But nobody shouted "Groovy Gang" or anything. But you hear chapping. Bogart, are you continuing to chap? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm saying I refuse to say that stupid password.
You do indeed hear them say, "I refuse to say that stupid password."
Stop laughing. Can I look over, like, through the window? Was there no window upstairs?
I should point out that he does have a very specific voice.
I mean, Scott does his voice all the time, so I'll tell you what, if you give me some kind of like perception roll, whatever they've got for perception in this game, you could give me Scout's fine.
Well, I comprehend.
I can't really, anything that you think would
See
be
if you
acceptable.
understand. Yeah.
Yeah. What I'll say is you did spend the night there and you did hear the kind of noises of ghouls, but what you do know is it's during the day and ghouls tend not to come out during the day unless they're chasing you to eat you.
So I got a pass for that.
Do you get a pass? Yeah?
Got two.
You don't hear much, but you're like, oh, you get 2 passes? Right, yeah. You're like, oh, I recognise that voice.
I'm like, oh, it's Bogart! I missed you!
So I'm assuming you go downstairs and open the door, yeah?
Aye.
It's Bogart.
I come in. Things have changed on the Ark. And then I just I fill him in on what's happened because it's a lot.
Family show, mate. How are
Hey. So yeah.
Logan in. The dog watch.
Dodger, while you spent the night in a cold, drafty place, listening to ghouls kind of like prowl the countryside and weird screeching of monsters, your friends went and kind of like tried to take over the Ark.
Right.
I take a big long pause. I'm like, why am I not surprised this was going to happen?
I was very
That's a
surprised,
good
to be honest. If anyone was going to attack the Ark, I would have put my money on Flair.
I mean, she's attacked everything so far, so
I was going to say Paul as well.
Anyway, I've come because you have some use to me.
At least I'm useful.
We need to track someone down.
Who we're tracking down? Have they announced?
Well, a lot has changed in the Ark. A lot of information shared. Things that our enemies may want to know. This is the best time to find out who our moles are. And
Right then.
they are obviously going to head to that other Ark. I need you to help me interrogate them.
I stopped Bogart for talking, and I've just got my rifle. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. See you later.
right now,
I'm ready.
how are when you say stake out? Explain to me your process. How are you gonna
I
do
am
this?
going to head back to that surgery that we were at.
Hmm.
That was very close to it, but still no one was in it. Because I know that they have to pass that area to get to that other Ark.
Ah, smart. Yeah, so you find an area where the road can. You know, this seems to be the main road that splits off and everywhere else, and there was the building there. So you can certainly go there and stake it out, and like basically just kind of set up a small camp in there if you choose to. Do you use how long do you plan on staying there for? As long as it takes, or how are you doing this?
Probably 3 days. I can't
Right.
imagine that.
Yeah.
If it's longer than that, we'll probably have to get back for food and stuff like that. But I think 3 days. I honestly think that as soon as she's done the speech, they're going to leave.
No, that's fair enough. It's fair enough, yeah. Unless they have some kind of dead drop that they use. However, that seems like making it unnecessarily complicated. So anyway, okay, so yeah, you're going to head off towards that now. You do know the way to this place. You've been there before. You know how to avoid issues. If you hear bikes, you get the fuck off the road. If you see something scary, you either fight it or you hide from it. That's not a problem. So I'll say that you just make it back there without issue. Logan, how much food and water have you got on you?
I think I've got quite a lot because I've not been using it because Dodger is a
Light
cannibal?
eater? A cannibal? Oh yeah. Yeah.
Corpse eater. Yeah,
Corpse
I've got
eater.
9. I've got 9 foods and 8 water.
Yeah, you absolutely you could supply both use for the 3 days, so you'd be absolutely fine.
Sorry, 2 seconds. I've just found out that I am way louder than everyone else. Is that better? I'm more equal. You guys
You're
need to
asking
talk
the wrong
about.
person, mate.
La 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 la.
You're asking the wrong person.
Talk no more, talk no
Everyone
more.
else.
I was going to say a bunch of swear words there, and then realized I'm not a child and shouldn't do that.
No, just leave that to me.
I want to fuck Lee.
Oh, you
Yeah.
shit and fuck cunt piss. Now with an 18, huzzah!
No noises.
Anchorman. We should just call it. Anytime someone makes a reference, someone has to say what it's from.
Well, with my film knowledge, I'll get all of them.
Rachel, famous for her film knowledge, right?
Oh yeah, she's always watching the films.
Which is shocking.
So I will say that you have
moving
chose
pictures.
to go and do a thing that I will have to come back to because things are happening on the Ark. Now, just so we can kind of get an indication of how you're going to do this for the rest of the day, you have security fencing on the Ark. You have access to 3 grunts, depending on what Ulf wants to do. You yourself are a gearhead. You have enough fencing that you could maybe start reinforcing the armory, or you could just leave it all to start building a fence around the Ark. It's entirely up to you. So from this point forward, and also Rachel did specifically say she wanted the ability to reinforce the nursery. Do you want to use the equipment that you've done for that on the armory, or do you want to use it on the nursery?
Flair will give you advice if you want.
The advice is I will set you on fire if you don't protect my
No,
girls.
no.
I'm not joking. You do what you done, just be silly.
That's what I'm saying. You can, if you ask for her advice, I will give you advice. If not, you do what you want.
Okay, are you still are you actually doing inventory on everything? Are you able to?
What I will say is that
We
there
have
is
been,
a
yeah.
shitload of food, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I'm not
haven't
going to
been
give you a
able to count
specific
that
number
high.
because I'm
No,
not
but
going to like work out the maths. Sorry.
would there be a number and the in game we'd know it?
Yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
What I would say is that you've probably got enough food in there to feed the full arc for between 3 and 6 months. You're not entirely sure how you could ration it, but you reckon you could between 3 and 6 months with what you have.
Also, would
Is
there
that 3
be?
meals per day?
No, mutants only to eat 1 meal per day.
I don't know why I expected 3.
I would like 7 meals a day, please.
Yeah.
And what you find is that the MREs are actually particularly filling. So, I mean, you could probably do 1 bag for 2 days. So that's why you're not 100% sure, because you've not popped open all the boxes. They do
Right.
all seem to have very similar things written on the side.
A 1
I-
bag for 2 people, that would work.
I think that Gray would go along with what she said she would be doing, and it would be reinforcing the arc as a whole, rather than any individual part of it.
Well, the reason I specifically mentioned it is because Rachel did ask for something to reinforce the building itself, so that's a
Yeah.
separate thing. So you've got both.
Yeah.
You can choose to do one building to basically make it more difficult to get into. What I'll also remind you is that the armory can sleep multiple people. There's nothing stopping you from inviting people you trust to stay at the armory.
What like using this as like a bunker if someone gets into the arc and starts making
Yeah.
trouble, everyone can come in here.
Well, I was specifically thinking about the girls, to be honest. The arc at one point was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There was at one point 12 people bunking in the arc, not the arc, in the armory. So you 3 plus Bogart and Dodger is 5. So that leaves you 7 spaces. But it's up to you. I'm not telling you what to do.
Well,
Just like
no,
you have
it's just
space.
that my concern would be if something is gonna go down and we've already started in reinforcing the armory, that's gonna look fucking bad.
Is it?
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping you doing both at the same time. I mean, if you want to do the work in the armory and you want to hire mutants to do start the wall, you can do that.
I definitely want the wall to start, but I'll take the advice of my friends on the other part.
Friends, what would you like to advise them to do?
Friends, please say something.
Are you
They're
asking
not saying
Flair?
Yes.
Well, personally, I think you should protect the armory so no one actually steals their food and points guns to people's heads like me and Ulf had. Because, you know,
you've got a
someone will
point.
die.
Oh, you're in
And
charge
most
of getting the
likely-
armory ready.
Oh boy.
I need to speak to the bosses now. How much do we have?
I
need
haven't
to
even
figure it
seen my girls yet. I know. Get someone to get my
Someone
girls.
get the fucking girls.
What I will
It's been a
say,
stressful day.
the nursery. Let me just make sure I've got this
Me and
right.
Logan just sitting eating like, and I'm sure Gray has everything under control.
Having a picnic. Yeah.
Just in my
Playing with
beat
the
cop.
dog.
Nothing's going wrong.
8, 9. Okay. There is 9 residents of the nursery. And as I said, you can hire people. You have money. There was 40 bullets in the bunker that you opened. You
It
have
also counts as
currency.
money as well.
Yeah, so food counts as money, bullets count as money. You have means as we speak, so that you could make a decision. You can do something. As for the mutants, the bosses of the arc, you do receive 3 visits that day.
I need to talk to all of them. I feel like talking to all of them at once would be better.
Okay.
If I spoke to the elder, would the elder be the person acting for the elder, would they be able to get all the bosses in one place at the same time?
The assembly that he's had with 3 bosses turned up was considered a very unusual event, and each boss turned up mob-handed, with pretty much all their followers heavily armed. You have upset the balance by shooting a dude a bunch of times.
Yeah.
They are unlikely to visit you without reason. At the moment, they don't know you have anything worth taking or even worth speaking to. All they know is you killed somebody, and that's it. As you smell this over the days kind of drawn on, you go back and forth about what you could do, what you maybe do. Rachel, what are you specifically doing with the girls and the nursery?
Um, okay, so are we moving into the armory? That's what I want to know.
If you want to move everyone into the armory, all the nursery
Because
people into the armory, you can do that.
originally I was just gonna stay in the nursery.
The
Are we
armory
gonna do like a whole
should be
group
more
thing where we
secure.
all live in the armory and stuff?
If you want, you can do that.
This isn't a permanent decision. You could do it now and then undo it later. I mean, again,
Yeah.
like, you're not chaining anyone to anything. If you just want,
Rachel's just thinking that if she empties the nursery, someone else might go and take it over, and I won't be able to go back if they want to go back. That's my thing.
the nursery is a very sturdy, good building that people would maybe try and do that with.
Yeah.
It is also one of the few buildings in the Ark that has got like metal shutters that could be kind of defended against like an unprepared attack or just a few people.
Mm.
Try to
I
get in.
don't really want the girls to potentially live in a place where it could get attacked. I think I would be a little bit worried. I mean, they can help for now because they're very good at helping. Well, one of them is. The other, it's like you, likes to make things. So we
Just the slight insult just slides.
that was an insult, wasn't it? I didn't mean it that way.
This is the problem when you get people difficult decisions. Difficult decisions are difficult to make. You chose this, guys. That's it. And the chronicler has all this advice you could give. He's like really far away. We're like, do the right thing.
Me just sitting
Okay,
dodging. I'm like, oh yeah, all those orphans could live in that nice defended area.
In the very easily defended armory.
The building literally with the word armor in the
Yeah,
title.
so no one can use them against her. But
again, it's up to you. Like, again, whatever you like to. Alf, do you want to weigh in on this? Have you got any plans or machinations?
Going up to my house.
Okay.
I
As
thought
she's
you
up
didn't hear me.
the
Right.
Oh, sorry, Mary, did you say something? I missed it.
No, before I said that Ulf could be in charge of making sure the armory was ready for whatever needs to be done.
Alf looks around, nods, leaves.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
I
I'll be
will get
back.
mutants.
Yeah.
you don't have control of your team, Gray. You have to put the iron boot.
I'm
You have to
Iron
first
boots
design
haven't
an
even.
iron boot.
Hang on, I can make those.
yeah, I'm going to my house.
Okay. So you two are still going back and forward on how you want to progress. Go ahead with whether you want to leave the nursery, leave it partially staffed, start building up. But this is the kind of problems that happen when you become a boss because you've got lots of decisions to make. Ulf, you're making your way through the arc, and as you walk by, you do hear whispers about yourself. There he is. He says he's got all the food. He said the place was filled to the ceiling with food. You walk by the fire pit, which, as you know, is a place where a lot of mutants gather at night to get heat, share stories of the zone. And as you walk by one, they all drop silent. Do you recognise one of the mutants specifically there? It's Murdoch. He's one of the ones that was missing from the armory and wasn't there when Benny came in. And he locks eyes with you and then turns and runs.
All right.
Okay.
I'll just walk over to the fire pit. Hey, how you doing?
There's a few of them there. They look at you for a moment, nod and say, doing well. Heard you're doing well as well. Very well. Is it true? I'll say right now you are speaking to Patty.
Okay. Yeah, actually, it's very true. I mean, we managed to find some food. It got a little bit hectic though after Hannibal died, right?
Yeah, that was unexpected. Didn't think he was going to die.
Yeah, it
He
was
had
kind of.
big
They say,
plans.
do you want some food? I'll reach into my bag and I'll pull out some of the dog food. Yeah, it's only a little that we managed to find, like, but there was when we were out in the zone. Yeah, we found it up at where did we find the dog food?
There was the vet.
We
Uh,
found it at this vet, this place called a vet. I don't know what it was for, but it was in there and it was in this kind of freezer. And I'll actually try and describe it very much like the thing that we found the food in Hannibal's to
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of describe it like a freezer kind of thing. Yeah, it was kind of like that, but it wasn't much to be fair with you.
She likes it, sniffs it. I think I've had this is the brown stuff, isn't it? The brown crunchy stuff, and she like takes something
Yeah,
like,
it's pretty much, man. Yeah,
oh, yeah, this is
anybody's at the fire pit is anyone and kind of folk close next to Patty will just start sharing out the food. How much do I
yeah.
lose?
We'll say that there's 15 mutants there. Do you want to give everyone food?
No, I'll give out 7
Okay.
just to pass it around.
Some kind of like kind of grumble that didn't get any, but like he's giving
Yeah.
out his food, so some of them kind of split bits and like kind of hand
Yeah,
bits to
sorry,
people.
sorry, man. There wasn't that a lot. I'm gonna give the rest to the Ark. You know what I mean? It's just I figured, speak to yous.
It's funny. You're talking about the vet. Murdoch was here a minute ago. He says that there was a room underneath the armory, filled floor to ceiling with boxes of food. He said, "This is good," but he says it was much better food than that.
Man, I've a lot of rooms in the armory. I've just came back from there. There's not much down there. Like I say, there's plenty of rooms, but fuck if I know.
She looks at you, she kind of claps. She goes, "Thanks for." He's probably bullshitting. You know what he's like.
Yeah, well,
Tall
we
tales,
just
silly stories. He's probably traumatized from seeing his boss get shot in the face.
yeah. I mean, if anything, I'd be questioning why he didn't do anything about it. I mean, what kind of guy hangs around the boss and do nothing about him getting shot in the face?
Well, a smart one by the sound of things. It sounds like Gray's got some pretty powerful weapons, and why throw away your life for somebody that's head splattered over the floor? We've
Yeah,
all.
true. But if he was doing his job, he would probably have lived.
He's not an enforcer. He's a grunt.
Yeah, but well, hey, I'm still a grunt and I'm doing my best for Grey, right? I mean,
He's not as big as you, though, is he? She punches you in your massively oversized arm.
yeah, you're probably right,
He's a
but
scrawny one.
Murdoch being Murdoch, eh?
Yeah. You should watch out. You should maybe tell Gray as well, because I think he's been going around all the fire pits saying the same thing. She's probably going to
Oh,
have some
has he?
visitors.
That's probably fair. Well, like I say, there's not much to be found there. Hey, did you hear that, who'd you call him? Baracus. I mean, I seen them walking around with food. They might have something. I mean, they were walking with a big crate. Said the MRIs on it.
I ain't seen him today. I'll ask
Yeah, I mean,
around.
Murdoch hangs around with them, right? I mean, if they know anything about food, probably Murdoch, right? I mean, because if he's hanging around with Baracus. Anyway, take care of yourself. Thanks, Patty.
Yeah. She smiles, pats you on the shoulder. Good luck, Elf. And if you need us, we work for food. And she
Yeah, of course.
starts getting
Appreciate
her
it.
hands up.
Hey, actually, what is it you do, Patty? I never really actually talked to you much.
Patty
I have to
is
make that difference.
an enforcer. She kind of cracks her large scarred hands and you've been in some drunken brawls with Patty before. You've
Yeah.
never held any grudges because people fight.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
She's like,
Yeah. Stuff happens when you're drunk. Hey, if you know any more enforcers and that, but come over first thing in the morning. We can, like I say, you can have a word with Gray. Put a good word in for you if you want. And I mean, get some food in it for you.
yeah. I'll get Sally and Charlie and Franklin. To those who are paying attention, these are all named after Peanut characters. Um, yeah, if you've got some work for us, we can come and help.
Yeah, great, excellent. I'll say to
Orange is
Gray when I
pay.
get. Yeah, of course. I'll say to Gray when we get back. Okay.
Yeah, look after yourself.
You too, Patty, and I'll walk off and go to my house.
Mm.
In fact, no, I'm gonna go in the direction that Murdoch was going.
Yeah, if you want to try and follow him, you can give me some kind of find roll? Have you got like a
Scout.
Scout's
it'll be
perfect,
Scout.
mate. Scout's absolutely fine, mate. Yeah, please. Oh, that wasn't you. That was Dodger. It's like 2 successes. That's really good.
1 success.
Yeah, you do find him. You go off the direction that he went, and he's had a bit of a head start because you have
That's cool.
had a bit of a chat. But yeah, you go and first you head towards the fire pit. You thought, nah, he's a coward. He went somewhere dark. And you look over, and the ark is filled with ruined buildings,
Yeah.
wooden ones, stones that are all kind of collapsed. Sometimes mutants hollow them out, much like yourself. You kind of hollow out bits that you can kind of hide over and put the tarp over the top. And you see one. It's collapsed, but there's a tarp pulled up over it. You see some kind of fresh tracks leading towards it.
Just 1 set.
Just one set.
Excellent. I'll go over.
Yeah. You go over. The tarp's kind of pulled up over it, so you can't. There's no light coming from inside it.
I'll sneak up on it.
If you want to sneak, give me a sneak.
I want to do this. I want to try and do this quietly.
Holy
Yes.
fuck, mate, so quiet. Like
Hell
fucking-
yes.
Like a
I'll keep one of them-
mouse
I'll
in
keep
silk
one of them for
slippers
my next
at
roll.
midnight.
Yeah.
This well, next sneak roll, not your next roll.
Oh, the
sneak
next
rolls.
sneak roll. Okay.
Yeah, you can only see me for
No, fine.
certain
I'll
things.
just keep it as 3 then.
As
So-
stealthy as a stealthy thing, you literally get up, you manage to like slide around there, and you can whip this off. But you look in, and you can hear like a kind of like a wet chomping sound, like somebody's eating.
Is it Murdoch?
You kind of poke your head in. It is very dark, but yeah, roughly the outline of Murdoch.
Definitely Murdoch.
Roughly the outline of Murdoch.
I want to do the. Can I use one of the successes to actually point out that yes, this is Murdoch. This is who I'm following.
No.
I got 3.
All right. Yes.
Yeah.
As far as you can tell, with as much certainty as you can tell in the dark, without being able to see in the dark, somebody hiding under a tarpaulin has got roughly the outline from the moonlight of Murdoch, and you're pretty sure it's him. You could ask,
I'll
or you
go
could just
up.
do what you're going to do.
I will sneak up behind him.
Basically, what's happened is, so imagine it's a kind of collapsed building, and he's pulled the
Yeah.
tarpaulin over it, and is like a hill in space. You've managed to get right up and look through, and just based on the kind of low level of light, you can see him. So yeah, you could get in there, and you could get. I'll say you've got the
Yeah.
drop on him.
Yeah. As close to him as it definitely Murdoch.
I'm not going to
so
confirm
close
it.
to, I am so close to him.
But you are 93% sure that is Murdoch.
That's not 100% though.
It's not, mate, is it?
Okay.
Turns out it's
You know
Murdoch's
what?
twin brother.
Okay. If this is what we're gonna do,
Yeah.
hand on his shoulder. Hey Murdoch.
Ah! It's Murdoch, yes.
Great. I'm
Oh, shit.
gonna. I
He is
am
tucking
going
into
to.
an emery bag.
Excellent. I'm going to take away some of his stats with
Go
the
for it.
touch. I am a parasite.
You are.
Oh.
What would you like to take from him?
I'm going to take all his strength.
Now, how exactly does that written? Do you have to use mutation points to take away his strength?
Yes. For every mutation point I spend, I can take away his strength.
Now,
I can steal
Murdoch.
1 point of any attribute.
Yep. So he has got 4 strength.
That's not very strong for not a big guy.
He's
This is
wiry. He's kind of like he is thin, but it's like wiry muscle.
Well,
So
that will take me down to 6. I'm not going to use it myself because I'm already full strength. Because it says I can steal it. I just want to drain him of it. If you know what I mean. I don't know how that would work.
basically, it breaks him, mate. So he just drops to the ground like, fuck.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I do my mutation rolls.
If you've done that, yeah, you roll your 4 mutation. He is going to
I got 1-1.
You
one
also
roll
got
me
a
a.
6. I know.
That's fine, but that's for the mutation. So the 6 is good, but give me the roll me another d6,
5.
please. 5. That gives you. Oh yeah, okay. You just that one I remember. That's the one that gives you a small cosmetic mutation.
Nice.
So ball chin.
No,
No,
because
you,
I'm quite
you
hairy.
get
I'm,
to,
I'm
I
you,
think the
quite
you get to
hairy.
chat
pick
gets
it.
to
So my
decide.
chin,
That's what we decided before.
I'm quite hairy, so my chin is just going to go all bald.
Hey, we let the chat decide
Yeah.
for me. I think we'll let the chat
Oh,
decide
did
for
we let
you.
chat?
Yeah.
Tell Richard
enough.
what his cosmetic
Cosmetic
mutation
mutation is.
is
Yeah, it's
within
fine.
reason. He can't have a dick in his head or anything, or a ball chin. I was
Oh,
being silly,
see,
but he
boy.
can have
Can't
37
balls
nipples
for a
if you
chin.
want. No,
Can't
no
balls.
balls for chin.
Oh,
No,
Jesus.
he can have 37 nipples.
You just said
yes.
face.
Eh?
So
You
Oh.
just said facial.
No, if we're gonna let chat decide, let's let chat decide. It'd be funny
yeah,
if they
that's
tried
fine.
to
Okay,
say,
So
okay. So just
with
yeah.
the with
Mhm.
that with the shoulder, I'm gonna push him down to his knees as he's turned round.
Mm-hmm.
So he's on his knees.
Mate,
And,
yeah, he's broken. You've got full command of him at this point. He's like
Yeah.
trying to get
I'm-
up.
I'm gonna bend down and say, where do you get off talking shit about my boss?
Fuck your boss.
Oh, okay, I'll kill him.
Cool. Yeah.
no, wait. Ask where the people are.
You're not there.
I
Mhm.
know.
However, he has mutation points. He specifically has Man Beast.
Cool. I would like to spend a mutation point to take that off him.
How many mutation points can you take? Oh, you're just taking well, how does this work? Read me the way it's the language of it, please. Is it you
Oh,
can
shit.
take it from him or copy it?
I take it off him for one turn and use it against him, basically.
There you go. In that case, you're basically as he because you kind of see the hair sprout from his like face and the kind of
Yeah.
the fingernails become longer and you can see his like chest kind of tighten and expand and he's bringing back a massive claw and in that second it goes great and like he sucks right in and gets skinny for a second and it all goes away and you get it.
Yeah. Oh, my friend, you made a big mistake, and I'll kill him. I'll finish him with his own mutation. I'll just rip his jaw from his
So
and rip
it
his
is a
head
full
in two.
decapitation, yeah, and
Yeah.
then just you're holding his head and just. I will
Yep.
move him into the mutants that are dead section. Jesus,
What's he
that
got?
was brutal.
What's he got on him?
As you loot his corpse, as the way,
All
it's a shame because he had a really cool picture.
Hmm.
He does not have much on him at all. He has, I'll say he's got 2 MREs, he's got 3 bullets, and he has got a bike chain, which I'm taking that as like a chain with like a padlock on it that you can swing around. I think you might have one of them already.
Because I already have one of them. Yeah. So what else has he got? 2 bullets, you said.
3 bullets, a couple
3
of food,
bullets.
and a couple of water. I'll
Right,
say he's
I
got 1
will.
MRE and just 1 like bent rusty tin, and then just water.
Right, I'll take the MRE because I can't have anyone seeing any more of these MREs. I'll take his water because water's always good to have,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll take the bullets.
Cool. Yeah. So you've now got 3 additional.
And see with the sneak, I'm going to sneak back out once the mutation drops. Sneak back out and cover my tracks so that so no one know it was me.
Fantastic use of stealth. Absolutely, 100% agree. Yep. Just you kind of put it back, you weigh it back down the way you had it. You reckon probably no one's going to find him for a few days until he starts to smell, and
Cool.
you manage to clean it up enough that yeah, off you go. I'm going to reduce the Ark's population by 1 before I forget.
I made a roll. I made a D6 roll for that, taking the mutation off him. I got a 2, by the way. So
That's fine as long as it's not a 1.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fine. God, the Ark is under 200 residents now. Actually, it's even lower than that because I never took Cannibal off. Boom, there we go.
I think Flair and the girls are going to live in the armory. The rest of the nursery is up to you, Lee.
What I was going to say is, although you particularly are the den mother of Charlotte and Heather, the rest of them kind of look to you for some form of leadership, or they kind of go along with what you're doing because you kind of like what you've worked out by this point. To see when Charlotte and Heather say they ate all the food, what they mean is we gave the food to the people that live in the nursery with us. They haven't really been eating everything in one day. They look at them as their big sisters.
Yeah.
They're not
Okay.
the children that I make them out to be. They are.
see
See
to make sure I don't have any blood on me. I'll use one of the waters to kind of wash me off. If you know what I mean, just get rid of
Easily
the
done.
hand.
The way you ripped it, I mean, you were based on the 3 stealth. Basically, you kind of pushed them back as you were doing it. So it was like the arterial spray went the other way.
Nice. Okay.
And you are filthy anyway. I mean, there is all kinds of horrible gore in you, and
That's fair.
they might be like, maybe he cleaned up Hannibal.
I probably made Hannibal look good. True.
So yeah, so that's.
Is Flair the boss of the nursery?
You're not a boss as such. You're more like a provider. Heather and Charlotte were kind of on their way to becoming the boss. They look to you for leadership, and the rest of them are looking at them for leadership of the nursery. So yeah, but they're not bosses in their own right yet, because they're not really doing anything. They're just kind of like, "Way, we're going around the arc."
Once I leave, I'll head to my house.
Absolutely fine. Yeah, you make it, and as usual, you do see kind of like there's some grunts as always, just kind of like coming back from work or just sitting around. They look at you and they kind of wave. Are you engaging with anyone, or are you just kind of going straight to your house?
I'm gonna see if anyone's gonna mention to me about the food again, just in general.
They kind of see you come out and say, "Heard you successful again. You've made it back. You've brought back some fencing. Sounds like we're gonna have some work. Talk around dark as we're gonna get paid for it as well. And food.
Hell yeah!
Billets.
I always make sure my guys are okay. You know what I'm saying? I'll give them a fist bump,
grunt salute. Yeah.
Yeah, like I say, if you come over in the morning, we'll make sure you get paid. If we see about getting we need to go get many folk up there at the fence. We'll see about getting you paid, my friend.
Fantastic. Like, they all look very pleased with this. They're kind of like whispering excitedly amongst themselves.
Yeah.
As you're doing that, one of the grunts comes over to you. Let me get a named grunt, because I have so many. Where are you? Grunt, that's Barrett. Residents of the nursery. Gur comes over to you. He leans in and says, "Right, I don't know what you've got going on there, but you need to be careful. I seen Howler and I seen Murdoch earlier tonight. They're going around telling everyone that you've found months worth of food in there. If you've found anything, you need to be smart. Right? Either deny it, share it, or make a deal with somebody. But there's plenty of fucking crazies in here that are hungry enough to try and storm that place. Right?
Yeah, of course. I appreciate your advice. Hey, listen. Let me give me something for your trouble. I'll pull out a bullet and give him a bullet.
As he closes your hand around it, he pushes it back. Keep that. Keep me in work. Keep me fed.
Okay,
look after each other.
I'll do one better. I'll give him some food. Just one of my grubs that I got off of how'd you call him? Not the
the guy you just killed.
Yeah, basically, I'll just give him. Says, "Hey, appreciate it." I'll shake his hand as in the kind of. You know,
he looks at it, he shakes his like, just fine, right? I'll consider this a down payment.
Yeah, I'll get you. Listen, I'll get you work, my friend. We need to get more fences up anyway, because listen, the crazies in here are nothing compared to what's out there. I mean, have you heard this gang about the Hell Riders?
Yeah. There's word around here. This fucking biker, but not really clear on what bikes are, to be honest.
The some sort of vehicle. I mean, they're able to travel fast, and it's not a good sign. I've seen what they can do.
Grey come in on the slow moving thing, so fast versions of that.
Oh yeah, and it's but except it's got two wheels, and it goes so quick that it manages to stay upright.
It doesn't fall over.
No, I haven't seen them fall over yet. Although that's a good idea. Maybe need to speak to Gray about seeing if we can make them fall over.
Yeah, maybe we could build some like things that stop things coming in, like spikes in the ground or something. Defenses. The walls are a good idea, but maybe pits. We could dig holes in the ground; they'd fall into them.
It's not a bad idea, Gur.
Gur's not the smartest guy in the world. He is doing his best right now. He's like,
I'll tell you what. I'll definitely get you work. Certainly, if you can put your mind to it.
Yeah, works good. With that, he kind of turns and he goes down, and like they're sharing around again. Grunts. They've always got a bottle of some kind of lighter fluid to drink.
I'll go into my house, just check it over, make sure everything's there, because I'm going to start. Yeah, I'm going to move it over to. I'm going to move it over to the armory. No, in fact, I'm going to give it to the Ark. I'm going to start giving stuff to the Ark now, right now.
Okay, well, what I'm going to say is the Dawnfall at this time of the evening, door's locked. You can donate your stuff first thing in the morning, but we're going to move on and we're going to do some more things now because time's getting on.
Yeah, I'll pick everything up, blah blah blah, wheelbarrow, put everything in it, and I'll start moving towards the armory.
That's fine. So you go, but you head back right now. So we go back to Gray and Flair.
I'm
You
going to
made a
nip to the
decision.
toilet.
Nice one. Right. You've made a decision? You want to move the girls into the armory? Is that right?
Yes. I don't know if it's the right one, but I'm just gonna make it.
There's no wrong decisions. There's just stupid decisions. I'm not joking.
Yeah, I'm just nervous that people will attack it for the food, and then
Well,
I'll have put the girls in danger.
Well,
I'm not sure.
I love the fact that was Rachel talking. That wasn't Flair talking.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, her
Yeah,
fictional
it was,
self
it
is
was
like,
me.
what could happen to my fictional children?
Yes.
Okay. It's wonderful. As you're moving the girls out, the girls, do you go to visit them tonight, or you plan doing this in the morning? Sorry, I should have asked.
I would have visited them tonight because they would have known I would have got back, and it would have been weird that I hadn't visited them.
Yeah, though they have been part of they were in the big crowd. They did attend the meeting, but they shouted some questions, didn't really get answers that they understood. But they were waiting for you because they knew Gray was back. When you say they're going to take them, they look around and say, "Just us." Hold on, it's me, just us. No, that's not right. Just us, Mum. It's me, Chester. Hey, Mum. And
Well,
they go.
if everyone else would like to come, they are more than welcome. After all, they are family too.
You see someone they kind of like they look a bit sheepish, like and like kicking their feet, and I'm like, yeah, okay, we should maybe go.
You want to come?
They kind of like you see a lot of nods. Not everyone. Some are like, I'm happy here, but can we visit?
Of course you can. You're family. We trust you. Remember.
Okay.
Also, you might want to come over tonight. I have special surprise for all of you.
Ooh. So yeah, they all kind of load in with you. There is quite a lot of them. I'm not going to name them all, but trust me, they all have character sheets. 2 of them have dogs. So yeah, they all kind of traipse over with you and they go back. In the end, you do have 9 plus 2 dogs. And also the large, where is he? Enforcer, where is he? Brock kind of lumbers in behind you. Brock, as we know, doesn't talk. He's a large insectoid, 4-armed kind of mutant that is incapable of speaking, but he does kind of like, he signs through the language he's made up to use that he'll come for tonight, but he's not going to stay. So yeah,
well, you stay here and look after the ones who do not want to move. That's a good idea.
He nods.
I will come and check every other day to make sure you're all safe, and I will bring you food as well.
He gives you 4 thumbs up with his multiple hands. He kind of looks at you quizzically and then points to himself and points to the armory, and then points to himself and points back to the nursery.
Would I understand what that meant?
He's like, "Do you want me to come at the armory, or do you want me to stay at the nursery now?"
Right. Okay. Well, you can come and eat with us.
The mention of eat, he's like, yeah. He's just gonna show his like his gigantic frame.
You do not have to stay. You can come home here.
And his expressionless insectoid face, you assume he's smiling. And then he goes along with you. One of the few mutants that is like a physically more imposing than Ulf. And you all return to the armory. So yeah, it becomes alive with hustle and bustle. Some of the nursery residents are actually grunts, and they start chatting to you about what work that you want to have done here.
I'm gonna get the food and just be like, "It's got a surprise for you," and give them all some food.
They look at it. They've got chocolate gâteau, which they don't even know what that is. Like chocolate doesn't mean anything. Gâteau means nothing.
I don't know what that is either.
And they start ripping open things, and like you see them eat it, and again, it's like the scene in Ratatouille where they're like, and you're like, the shot is and the ones that's meant to be warm, it's warm. The ones that are meant to be cold are cold, and you see them like just, oh my god, this is amazing, smeared all over their face. This is the best food they have ever eaten. It actually doesn't taste of mold and rot and sadness. But yeah, they appear to be very happy with what you've done. Did you bring this to them, or did you show them how much you have?
I bring it to them
Okay. Your
because
girls
we're
ask
gonna
you.
have a family dinner.
Oh, so you just push the tables together and you all sit around it and you all eat and you are very happy. It is now becoming late.
Oh,
Do
bless
you
me. Sorry.
want to? Is there any particular questions you want to do? Any tasks you want to dish out, or do you want to move on to the next day?
I'm
I
gonna
was
check
gonna.
out the
Oh, sorry.
living.
You go ahead.
Nope, you go first.
I was gonna say you said that I'd have managed to get at least some sort of, maybe not a meeting, but words with some
Sorry,
of
I
the
did.
bosses.
Yeah, I should have said. So while Ulf was doing his thing, you received 3 separate visitors
Right.
from each individual boss. I will put the things up on the screen for you guys, and I will read it to the viewers at home.
Okay.
The first visitor you receive is a mutant that you recognise.
I do recognise.
Oh, did I steal that from something you know?
Is that not
What's
actually from?
That's from the game Wasteland.
Mhm.
It is Samsung, the personal protector of the Elder. Samsung is particularly well known amongst the Archmates because he never leaves the Elder's side for any reason. He always guards the first floor of the Dawn Vault. So the fact that they would send him, this isn't them sending like just the errand boy. This is to show you that are very they're very serious about this.
Okay.
He simply, oh, so he's not called Samson, he's called Herc. I changed his name because I realised I had 2 Samsons. The letter simply states that the Elder has a proposition for Grey. Will it help her allocate the resources that she's uncovered, and it'll benefit the Ark. And they'll do this until the Ark becomes self-sufficient. He does talk at length about the importance of the Ark becoming self-sufficient, and although they appreciate that you have something to offer, that this is only a short-term goal. This is only a short-term answer. 6 months, next season, a year, things are going to go back to where they are. You need to change the Ark. They've obviously heard the rumors about the food. The next one is Dell. As Dell and Rodney both arrive at the door. Are you just letting them in, or are you just letting them bang the door?
Yeah, I'm letting them in.
Okay. Dale comes in. All right there. Well, China. So, what would you like to talk to me about?
Distribution.
You're going to need to give it a bit more than that. Distribution's a fun word. Lots of syllables. Doesn't mean nothing to me unless you got something to distribute.
The Ark has a resource now, and it needs to be distributed fairly to everyone. And the bosses have the means to do so, and you are a boss.
Well, boss is a strong word. I see myself as more of an entrepreneur than a boss. People listen to me because I cut them good deals, as any good entrepreneur should. But what exactly have we got here now? What are you distributing? If you've got a couple of bags of dog food, well, it's not much for me to work with.
We have a few bags of dog food.
Now, many. I know. I heard about Ulf giving some out earlier on this evening.
Uh, we will part with 1/5 to you.
1/5?
Yes.
Right, 1/5 of what exactly? You need to give me some numbers or some amounts or something. What have you got for me? Is it downstairs?
It is.
Are you going to let me see it?
Have I got help here?
You've got. I'm actually going to say that at
If we-
this point, this is when Rachel's away. He has turned up.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
But
right.
you do have people with you. You've got your gang. You've got what did I call these guys? I forget already. God damn it, so many names.
Face.
Face is there. Well done. Face is there. As well
One.
as the other guys.
Dark
Face.
White Maddie.
Yeah, that's it.
Right. Yeah. Finally wrote down the right things.
Huzzah!
Uh, right. So in the context of the arc, how much would look like quite a lot of food?
If you brought 10 cases of that from downstairs, that is a shitload of food.
I'm gonna ask them to bring up 3 cases.
Okay. So yeah, the two grunts go downstairs and they drag up two. I'll say do you want to bring the opened one, or do you want to be like dramatically open a case?
Uh, I'll do the drama thing. That seems more impactful.
Okay, cool. So yeah, they bring up 3 unopened cases, each say MREs. They have like a list of serial numbers on this side, dates, and weird other numbers you don't really understand. Okay, so what have you got here then?
See for yourself.
This goes to the side, kind of like struggles to open it for a minute, and he's like, Rodney. And Rodney goes over, just like unclips it at the side and looks at Dell, and just kind of pops open the lid, and a little bit of kind of steam comes out. No one knows why. And yeah, he picks us like, yes, Rachel, who's not here?
Sorry.
What have you got to say?
No, nothing. I just said ice cream.
Ice cream. Yeah, that's it. And he picks up MRE, meals ready to eat. Kind of mulls the word over. Can I open this?
This is yours.
He opens it. And he kind of smells it. He puts it down. Smells it again. It's like, Rodney. And you see like the sheen of greed appears on his face. The Ferengi like greed appears in his face. And he dips a finger in. Holy shit. And you've got more than 3, haven't you?
We have more than 3.
Right, okay.
We, as an
Everybody
arc, have
calm
more than
down.
3.
You can almost hear the wheels turning in his mind. It's like, right. Okay. We need to come up with video. Right, okay. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. People are talking on the arc. Nobody knows how much you've got, but there's talk that you've got some. There's talk you've got a lot. There's talk that is dog food. There's a lot of things talking. Gossip travels fast.
Yes, this is the problem. We have food. We, the arc, have food. There are other problems out there, and they're coming, and we need to sort this out.
Right. Well, here's what I'll do. I know enough people around the Ark that I can get this place defended in 3 days. I know enough grunts. If we pay them in this, we can have this place fenced off for that fencing you've got round the back. Yes, I know all about it. We can have this fenced off, fortified, 3 days absolute max. In the meantime, I will make sure you've got enforcers posted around the building to scare anyone off, provided we are paying them with this. This is good. What I will do for you is I will allow you to continue your expeditions to the zone. I will be the sole distributor of this in the Ark. 2/3 of the profit go to me, seeing as I'm the one with all the connections. 1/3 goes to you. I will make sure you are fed whenever you come back to the Ark. You will not go hungry as long as my heart beats. And I will tell you what I will do. I will provide you with this. Rodney, show her what I will provide her with. Rodney unslings 2 lard cases from his back. And inside there's 2 random artifacts, which I'll provide you with free of charge as a down payment. I will sell this from my building. We will keep it here, the defended location. We will take the appropriate amount to me. I will make sure it's distributed every day for a small fee. People will make sure they eat here. They will eat good food. Those that can't pay, we will bring into the fold. We will make sure they're doing jobs for us. If you want to get that fence built, we will make sure it is built.
I have other meetings today. Thank you for your time. Please take the cases with you.
Okay, so all 3, yeah?
Yeah.
It is just me and Rodney here today. I am not going to carry them around. I will send some of my associates to get them in the morning, if that is okay with you.
That's acceptable.
Okay, and they leave. He is almost skipping with excitement. He was very happy.
Okay, but see my conversation with Herc earlier?
Mhm.
I was more on a wavelength with him about we need to distribute these things properly around the arc so the arc can survive, essentially.
Yeah, that's absolutely
And
fine.
my overall plan was to sort of see each of the bosses and essentially divide it up among everyone because the bosses know how to distribute everything, and there's
Well,
no
what you
single source of it.
yeah, I mean, you're free to do whatever you wish to do.
That's what I'm
Uh,
trying to do. I don't know if that'll work, but that's what I'm trying to do.
You fucking
Not-
socialist.
Not everyone's under a boss, though, are they?
Well, not everyone's under the boss. The bosses basically control the largest gangs of the arc.
Yeah.
You also receive a knock at the door. This is a lower priest of Priestess Diane, and it's simply they simply hand you a letter which says, High Priestess Diane would like to meet with you at your earliest convenience in the Church of the Golden Future. I think I called it because I gave it a stupid name. Because I thought
Like
it's
the Golden Child or something.
yeah, some bullshit that I just thought was funny at the time. And I didn't realize I'd have to remember later on. Church of the Golden Future is called, but they do talk about a golden child that will arrive and be the
Alright,
future
I'll
of the
do
arc.
it.
Yeah, they
Well,
do
the
have some
fact-
doctrine. Eh?
The fact that you called her Princess Diane just is all about who
On the nose.
all about on the nose there, pal.
Yeah, well, it's almost like she found some literature that she has read through and wanted to become endearing herself to the people. Also, something I wrote. She has a backstory that we've only ever touched on when Scott went, she's a bitch. And that was it.
Queen of our minds.
Yeah. Snake lady. I did change her picture though, because now she looks more snaky, but I thought it was quite funny. Anyway, but that was the simple offer you got from Dan, is that she wishes to meet with you, but she did not arrive herself.
I'll just say that when I was speaking to O'Brien, I was talking to him about this as well, because he was here for quite a while.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. So at this point, then the nursery residents arrive back, and you have your evening, your meals, and you kind of go back and forward. I'll say that you can post some enforcers. There's enforcers in the nursery, and they can keep watch you overnight. The building's fairly secure, and no one's really made a decision what to do. So the night passes. The next morning arrives. There's a more commotion on the ark. Logan and Scott, sorry you have not had much to do. But what I will ask you to do now is if either one of you, both of you, could roll me a d6. What you are doing is finding out what happened to the other expeditions that were sent out.
That one can't be good.
Oh fuck, that one is not good at all. Okay.
They're all dead.
Everybody's dead.
They've
Dave.
all joined the other gang.
Well,
They're all dead, Dave. Everybody's dead, Dave.
let me read you what happens. For the one, this is bad.
Oh, shit.
A few survivors stagger back into the ark. They're all hurt, exhausted, and unhinged. They are wildly talking about something attacking them, something from underground. You're not clear on what it was. They arrived at the location they were meant to arrive at, and then something got them. All you know is that they failed. They did arrive where they were meant to go, but all you managed to get out of them was that it didn't go well. I will say that as Borum's gang. Logan, roll me a d4. -1 actually, because if 4 die, then that's all of them. So
That was what I got.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus
One
fuck.
of them comes
I
back.
got success!
I will say -1, right? Because we can't. If all of them
Wow.
die, then it's not much coming back. Okay. Of Borum's gang, Legso, Gillum, and Dragon are not with them. Borum is the one that comes back, missing part of his hand, slash across the face, and just wildly spouting about something that got him from underground. Scott, you rolled a 5. Let me make sure I get this right. The expedition returns, apart from 1d6. Can you roll me a d6, please?
Jesus fuck.
Did you roll a 6?
Fine.
He rolled
You
a
rolled a
5.
5.
Holy shit. Okay, right.
You might as well have rolled a 6, let's be honest.
We're rolling high for the deaths.
Happens less
Can I actually
people,
change that?
more
At
food.
least we're doing something good.
Roll me a d4 -1, please. Don't roll me a d6, because I just realised both these gangs had 4 people in them.
No, that's the roll. That's the roll.
They died and another person died as well.
Well, okay.
No,
I
he
will say
lived and
that-
then died twice. It was that
Right.
bad. One of them died twice.
I will say that the only
Jesus.
one that returned. This actually fits, to be honest. That was Barrett's gang. I'm going to say that only Barrett returned. Biggs, Jesse, and Wedge all died, much like they
Oh,
always do in
no.
the games anyway.
Oh well, to be fair, that's how it
Yeah,
works,
yeah.
isn't it? Aye, that makes sense.
So Barrett, his weapon that he had connected to his arm is largely is broken, and he has a slash across his chest. He talks about the let me just make sure I get this right. It was the assembly. It was oh, Dan wanted to go to I'll say he's the technology one. Okay, yeah. They found a camp, and he's managed to bring back some technology that is going to benefit the Ark. It looks like a functioning computer. You're not sure what's on it, but he hands it into the chroniclers. Scott, roll me 2d6. 9. Cool. The Ark's technology level is going to be raised by 9, based on what they find in
Oh
there.
shit!
Over the next few days, they find plans for things that can be built. Specifically, which is weird about it, is it's things that can be built in a post-apocalyptic world. It looks like the camp that they went to was some kind of thing that happened after the fall, and then some tragedy befell it. But the equipment that they found there has given like how to irrigate, how to build what do you call it, shelters, how to build a polytunnel, how to build make food in land that is not particularly easy to grow food in. So that's that one there is the Ark barracks. That was technology. What the hell is it?
Should be at 13.
Yep, technology is going to go up to 13, which means you now get access to a bunch of other stuff, which I will look up for next time, because I'm not going to just sit and look through manuals tonight, because that's boring.
That's cool.
However, that's fucking Jesus Christ, that's so many mutants have just died.
I know, right?
Totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Yeah. Well, not
Well,
for
more
one.
food for us.
Yeah, it's much easier to feed the Ark now that we've killed 6 other mutants. Jesus.
We just need to find Tifa and Cloud, and we'll be laughing.
Well, I think he's going to have to get some new people in his gang, and surprisingly, they're going to have those names. Okay, that's the Ark barracks. Yeah, well, she has to die as well, of course, immediately. So that's another 6 have died. So the Ark is now down to 190. Jesus. So yeah, so the next day things have happened on the Ark. One team completely destroyed. They do, however, give you the locations of the areas that they did go to, and there may be things there for you to discover. The next morning rolls round. Miri and Flair and Ulf, did you? Oh, you were going to go to the Dawn Vault in the morning, weren't you?
Well, I was going back to the armory with the stuff, and then going, because I'm going to move into the armory.
Well, I'll say that in the evening, then you return to the army in time for all the food to be had. So yeah, you share the evening together. In the morning, you wake up and you do hear the hubbub around the Ark of the other gangs that have the other expeditions that have returned and what they have returned with. I'll say that some time passes, so about mid-morning. What would you like to do?
I am going to the Dawn Vault.
Okay. Mary, do you want to go as well to have your meeting with the Elder?
Yes.
Okay. And Flair, do you want to go and have your meet? Do you want to go with them, or do you want to do something else?
They don't need me, do they?
Nope.
Then I will sort the living arrangements out, so we each have our own space, and basically, so it's like we live there already.
Okay. What you can have, there's basically dividers and whatnot that you can use around the room. So although you don't get your own room, they didn't really have their own rooms at the nursery. It was just kind of a large room that was treated as
Yeah.
a dorm. So you can pull up dividers. It was almost a shared space, but there is the ground, the basement, and the upper floor. So you just find spaces you can kind of sleep in. Some of the nursery dwellers go back to the nursery, but the grunts stay with you, and they're going to start work on building defenses of the building. And that's something that's going to take place over the next few days. So approaching the Dawn Vault, you're greeted. Well, when you walk up, the first thing you see is not the remnants, not the sunnies, not bottoms, because there's none of them left. It would be Syllabus. Yeah, there's a female mutant just standing outside. You recognise she's a chronicler. She works in the Dawn Vault, doesn't leave it very often. You see her kind of like studying old artifacts and that, but she's just outside. She's smoking, and she sees she's kind of coming, and she waves over at you.
Hey.
Hiya, are you here to see the Elder? And she looks at the stuff you brought. It's like, oh, is this for us?
Yep. I'm giving them a notebook.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving them a padlock.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving them the tabletop globe,
Mm-hmm.
which is an artifact, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving them 4 bags of fertilizer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give them the wheelbarrow.
Okay, the wheelbarrow, I'll say can increase the overall technology level by 1, because it's a wheelbarrow. But that's still
Well,
pretty useful. Takes you to 14.
yes,
Mhm.
considering
Mm.
that they've found a lot of irrigation stuff, I've just given them fertilizer and a load of stuff as well for that.
Absolutely. I mean, they've not kind of like went through all this, but that's just like mechanically what's happened. This is going to take a bit of time to read through, but like they look through it and she reads spells like, oh, that's could be very useful.
Yeah.
We've read
What
about
is
this before.
Yeah, the globe. I don't know if that's going to do anything for them because again, that was an
D6
artifact.
D6 to culture. So just roll me a D6.
Okay. 4.
4, yeah. Okay. She looks at it and she kind of moves her hands. It's like, yeah, this is the planet itself. She spins it round to a country and she points to it. This is us. We're in this little blob here.
Don't
It's a
say.
big. Yeah, and the bit we're in is actually much, much smaller. That's like much bigger than the area we live in. That's big. She gotta like try to work out your level of education. It's like, yeah, we found maps of the area, but this is the whole world. We don't know what's left in the rest of the world. And she points to, like, some bigger countries, like this place went dark before the war. She spins it to like a country at the bottom, and she's like, this place, the last we heard, was glowing bright red.
Which country is she pointing to?
You, Richard, would recognise it as Australia and America. You, Ulf, I don't fucking know.
Never
That
heard
one
of
says
them.
Ho Astrolala and USA.
Never heard of
So
this
yeah.
place, USA.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all fine. There, you see, she shouts through, and some of the grunts that work there come. They grab the stuff and they take it, and they go downstairs. And they start taking all the things downstairs. Like, we'll have to have a look and see what information we have, and we'll see if we can find some appropriate land that we can do this on. But we could certainly start to build things. Absolutely.
Let's
It'll
hope
take
so.
time. It'll be only one project at a time, though. I think because they're working on defending the Ark, but yeah, we can definitely start to feed us. That's so important. But you are here to speak to the elder, yeah.
I am.
Weird. Yep.
And she shouts on Haneth, and Haneth is a very grim-looking mutant, kind of like very pale skin, doesn't leave the Dawn Vault much at all. Glasses, lab coat, kind of thick woolen gloves. And she comes over, and is like, yes, of course. You wish to speak to the elder. We must be quick. The elder is very ill. Give me a few moments. And she asks them to provide you with some refreshments, and they're going to make you this kind of weak tea. And she goes upstairs. About 15 minutes later, she comes back to us like, you must be quick. The medication I've given him will settle his mind and his body for a short time, but he's growing sicker by the day. And she leads you upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah. You walk into a room, and at the room, as always, you see Herc standing there with his like oversized kind of like halberd that he carries, weapon at the side. He nods to you as you go in, opens the door, and yeah, you see sitting on a chair by the window is the elderly leader of the Ark, the man that you know as your father.
Yeah.
Type ready, auberginois.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah. He speaks with an old man voice, which I can't really be bothered doing, but oh, I'm so old. Look at how old I am. Yeah, he's got like the blankets over him. He's got the kind of blankets over his leg. He's got like the thick woolen gloves on. He looks up to you and he smiles and he says, I'm so glad you've made it. Gray, you continue to surprise us all. If I had to bet on which one of you was going to kill Hannibal, I'd have betted on Bogart. He has no time for these fools who wish to lead. Ulf, strong, strapping as always. I hope you're doing your best to help them.
You're looking good myself. You're looking good yourself. You could
He
probably go a
coughs
couple
for
of rounds.
he coughs for a solid minute,
Yeah,
and then like pulls away a bloody handkerchief and kind of looks. He's like, "Yes, I'm stronger every day. I'm sure I'll be up on my feet in no time."
of course.
He's just got the big awestruck eyes, like, the elder, I hardly ever get to see you.
I wish I could still walk amongst you, but he kind of pulls like kind of blanket up, and his legs are just kind of skin and bones. Like, the zone is much harder on us than it is on you. You're purpose built for this world. I'm a relic. I'll hang on a bit longer though.
Elder, we found stuff. We found lots of stuff.
Wonderful. What did you find?
Food.
I'm gonna look at. Is it Herc? You said.
Herc is standing outside. He's at the door's still open, but he is.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
kind of looks around every now and again. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Herc's
just gonna
there.
look around and say, yeah, I'll pull out the half open one that I got from Murdoch to show him. We
Yeah.
found this. We found a lot of this.
Are you showing it to Herc or are you showing it to the elder?
Showing it to the
Yeah.
elder.
Okay. Sorry, man. What you saying?
Is Hannah still here? Because I assume that she's having to deal with a lot of the stuff because the elder's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
well.
She's standing. She is behind you, just kind of listening intently to what you're saying, but she's allowing the elder to do the talking at the
Okay.
moment.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
well known that
I'll
she's the kind of true leader of this at this
yeah,
time.
I'll look at Hannah on shore before I go and present it to the elder, obviously, just so she's no think there's anything bad
She
happening.
looks. This is the open one, yeah.
Yeah, this is open one that Murdoch had.
She smells it and she kind of looks in the back and she rattles off some of the chemical sounding names in the back with like lots of X's in them. She says, "Ah, yes, we've read of these. They are high density nutritional supplements from the old world. We've never found one in such good condition. This is wonderful news if you have many of these. Properly rationed, this single pouch could feed a mutant for 3 days."
I'm like kneeling at the elder, like, but that's what we have to do. We have to make the Ark work together to share all this out, get the bosses to work together, and also we're gonna get attacked.
He puts his hand on his shoulder and he's like, it's like such a skeleton grip, like no strength whatsoever, but like he puts his hand on his shoulder and just kind of squeezes as much as he's able. The Gearheads were always the most forward-thinking amongst us. You always look to better the Ark. The chroniclers look to the past. You always look to the future. You wish to share this with the Ark. Is that right?
Yeah, everyone needs to get some. Everyone needs to, but it needs to be shared fairly so there's no fighting.
He looks at Hanneth and he looks back. He's like, we are well versed in sharing what we have. If you want to provide it to us, we can distribute it fairly amongst everyone and people they trust. He stops for a second at the word trust. People tolerate us giving the food out amongst us. It is what is known, and it would perhaps restore some faith in the Dawn Vault that we can provide. Again for a solid minute. Perhaps restore some faith in myself. If you wish to do this, we can. Is there anything you wish from us in turn?
That's not what I meant. I meant all of the bosses have to have a share and distribute it.
And again, a big wide smile with his kind of like this few remaining teeth. Like, of course. And that way,
Falls fallen.
yeah, falls just collapses. Mhm. The fix-it-ent, please. He kind of looks. He's like, of course, that makes sense. If you give them to all, then there would be no squabbling. There would be no one that was jealous. Excellent. And then, of course, they will all provide in different ways. Delboy will sell it. Diane will hoard it and only give it to those that follow her. Brian will probably forget he has it or just give it away. And we will try and dole it out fairly. Of course, yes. If this is what you wish, this is a wonderful plan. Do you know how much you have? Will you keep any for yourself? You should.
The idea I had was we could have a fifth each, and then we could distribute it from each center.
See him think, and he nods. He just says, like, very well, yes. I can. Hannes, will you have help sent to her to give her more to help her in this over the next few days? Hannes kind of like goes, yes, of course. We will send people. We will bring things back into the vault, and we will secure it, and we will work out how best to ration it amongst those that are in the Ark that cannot pay the prices or do not wish to join the church. You know, this is a wonderful idea, Great. It's so generous. What is this danger you spoke of?
There's people outside. Perhaps someone more versed in fighting could describe it easier. Like looks at Ulf.
Yeah, there's a gang called the Hell Riders. They ride vehicles, quite fast ones. Maybe someone who perhaps knows more about the vehicles can describe it better. And I'll look back at Gray.
Hell riders or drivers? We have had reports that came in. Looks at Hanneth again. It's like you've spoke of these. And then she kind of like relays, so like the kind of like the things they've heard about. It's always been small groups. Like, but you say there's many of them.
I spotted round about maybe this many. Round about 60
You could
ish.
relate in terms of
Yeah.
towards how many people are there in the Ark.
Yeah. But they were all riding mechanical beasts, which is more worrying. They may be short in numbers, but they have a lot of vehicles.
Then perhaps it is time for you to repair the widow Kitty Grey.
I'm just like, oh my god, it's happening.
Yes, but as he says, he does wink. He's like, yes, we have heard. To everyone else who has not heard of the Whittle Kitty, Mary, have you read about the Whittle Kitty? Do you wish to describe what it is? Or do you want me to do it?
I want to make sure I get this right, actually, so I'm gonna get the thing out. Where is it again?
Ooh, our
Oh.
masters. Get the thing out. Here we go. Where is it?
Oh, it's a big thing and all.
It's a big thing.
Whoa,
It's
it's huge, man. Ah,
Oh
two
god, I've
hands.
lost it. Oh, there it is. Found it. Okay.
Is this shared with the rest of us, or is it a...
I will share it with the rest of you, but I thought I'd let Mary have a bash at it first if she wants.
Yeah, we are masters.
Basically it's sort of like a walking tank. It's a war machine, and it's maybe not in the best condition, but it's hefty. It's a hefty one.
It's hefty. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, what happened is the Ark discovered McMeekin's scrapyard some time ago, which is where the war machines of the ancients were left. And you just went in thinking, oh, we can get things here, and then you just got blown up because not used, but any mutant that went in there went, oh, look a thing, because there's a reason they dumped them there, because they didn't fucking work and they were incredibly dangerous. So a small group of gearheads, including O'Brien and Gray, painstakingly plotted a way through there looking for things they could use. And what they found in most cases was things that were so incredibly dangerous you couldn't even get near them. But in the centre, they found the shell of the Widow Kitty, a bipedal war machine with twin-mounted plasma cannons and a hood and a big old cat on the side.
Yeah, cat.
The Widow Kitty.
Widow Kitty. And they have been trying very quietly, because they don't want anyone to know about it, to work out how to get this thing up and running.
So yeah, so I will not know what this is then.
This means nothing to Ulf.
Meanwhile, I'm
Gray
just
is
sitting there
literally-
going, he said the thing, he said the thing.
He said the thing I've been waiting for all my life. Okay.
So yes, you do know the location of this, and with the help of many people within the Ark, and if you can rally them, then perhaps you can move forward with this plan.
I'm on good terms with some of the enforcers and some of the grunts actually after last night's escapades. We should probably talk about that as well, Gray, eventually. Something happened out there.
Did you hear? He said the thing.
I heard him say words, yeah.
I will say that these have a discussion and the Elder explains what these machines were used for. And
That's
when
fair.
you hear it, what it sounds like to you is a big fucking machine that could just blow the shit out of things.
So it's like
And
Hopefully
a
the enemy.
spider.
he's like, it has two legs. As time goes on, you can see him start to kind of slump forward, and you can see his eyes to kind of like lose focus. And he starts explaining, and then kind of drifts off, and then, oh, Gray, you've arrived.
Yeah, I'm gonna slowly speak to Hanneth, is it?
Yeah, as he does this, Hannah does go over and she kind of puts, and she gives him a pill, and he just like, he kind of like closes his eyes and he kind of leans to the side. Yes, I think it's best if I take over now.
That's fine. Is there anything I can? I mean, I have a particular set of skills. I was wondering, is there anything I can do to help?
He is beyond convention. The Elder is not just a title; he is old as fuck.
That's pretty old.
Holy shit, really fucking old.
Yeah, but
if you try, it might kill him. He is not like us. He is a pure human. There's the fact that he has made it to this age shows his strength, but he is. I had to give a concoction of drugs to allow that conversation. I would not be willing to let you try. There is supposedly medication that can help him. However, we have never found it. It was even rare in the old world.
Lucozade.
Lucozade orange specifically.
It's gotta be orange, right? Let's be honest.
I actually was going to call it something else, but you know what? It's fucking Lucozade orange from now on. It was made by the company Lucozade. It was called what was it called? Lucozade Regen Edition.
My God.
And mechanically in the game, what it is a big fuck off syringe with purple liquid in it that when you inject it into you, mechanically to you guys, it would restore any and all lost attribute points. So even if you had 4 mutations, you'd be back to who the mutant you were to start with.
Nice.
Shit.
It is magic juice. However, you just have to roll a specific number to find it, and in lots of the rolling tables, I have removed it because you're not just going to find it in a random shop. It's going to be
that is fair.
That's fair,
Just go
yeah.
up to an old vending machine and tap it a couple of times.
It's like Lucozade Regen. Everyone gets one. Fantastic. No.
Just a
It's
Lucozade vending
Lucozade
machine.
original. Nobody drinks that shit.
The worst tasting one. But yeah, so Hannah, if you have any questions, do you wish us to go and take things now? How do you wish to do this? Do you want to speak to Diane before you come to us?
The look of sheer terror passes on my face. Because Gray is absolutely terrified of her.
Kind of figured you'd probably do that for her because she's a little bit afraid of Diane. She's
the look of terror passes Hannah's face. He's like, "Fuck no!"
Yeah, she's a little bit. You know,
Diane, have you seen that shit she does? It's so scary. She's like the fort. No, This is
I don't know
you.
why they call her the People's Princess. I never liked her.
I think it's because she eats people.
Oh,
I heard that.
Yeah. I mean,
Don't tell her I
she's
said that.
She's a lizard
Wait.
person, right?
Kenneth looks like, is she here?
Keep
That's
her
all I
keep-
said.
for the love of God, keep her away from the elder. We can't have that.
No, you don't allow her in here. She is. I
Still
think she's
snapping
just
like an old
waiting for him.
Twix.
Yeah, I think she's waiting for him to die. She is patient. She can wait. She has. I'm sure she has her own plans. She has many grunts. She has a few enforcers. She has no gearheads. I think she only has one or two stalkers. Her particular brand of crazy bullshit is not attractive to everyone.
And neither is mine, apparently.
Well, at least you have a certain level of charm.
Charm? Should probably ask Julie about that. That's probably not the case.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Fucking bitch.
Oh.
She has. Some people are meant to get. Some people don't work well as a couple, and I think perhaps you mistake dislike, hatred, resentment for love somehow. Maybe you are stupid. I don't know.
It's the same thing, right? I mean, hatred is always love. I mean, it's in
They're very
circles.
close.
It
They're
goes in
very close.
circles. Yeah, they're
Oh,
very close.
He's not a couple. He's just big.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I'm a couple of big.
Yeah, he is too big. He is couple big.
Too big.
Now,
I'm too
do
big.
you wish to? If you wish to speak to Dan, perhaps a public place, perhaps take more of you with her, and make sure you don't get too close.
Don't look her in the eyes.
Yeah, what about Bogart? I mean, Bogart's very good at talking. We should probably maybe wait for him coming back.
Yes, where is he? I assumed he would stay with you and use all his talking skills to help you.
I think he's dead. He does a lot of running.
Now, what we do is we will actually switch back to Dodger. Poor Dodger and Bogart, who I'm so sorry that you're off to do a thing and I've not had a chance. There was so much for them to do. I'm so sorry.
Well, it'll be all them next time.
Oh yeah, next time when we're doing the talk.
They've got
Talking
time to
episode.
prepare for it.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to have a month to do it because we have to talk about that in a minute. So yeah, as you, I will say that you go downstairs and are you just going to go and collect people to take to Diane, or are you just going to go to Diane, the two of you?
Gray is going to use any excuse to put off going to Diane. So yes, collecting people.
So, I was going to say, you forgot that he didn't actually tell any. He usually left.
No,
yeah,
That's
we can
true.
go get
Yeah, we
Bogart.
don't.
We can go get Bogart. That's
I will
fine.
say that I can. That Hannah does have multiple sources of information. She will know he's left, because they will. Unless did you sneak? Did you actually sneak out though, Scott? Or did,
He intentionally,
Yeah.
he intentionally went out his way to make sure he wasn't noticed because he
I
didn't
think
want
he's
to
what
give
he's-
anyone an idea that he was leaving.
Yeah, I
Cool,
think
in
he
that
was.
case-
I think he was asking, "Did you roll to sneak out?"
I had said that he didn't ask for a roll
Yeah.
though.
No, I didn't. I did specifically say I'm not going to ask for a role because he did say the hubbub is what's distracting him. So that was relevant.
Right.
So what I
Okay.
will say is, Hanneth will know that he's not been seen in the Ark since yesterday.
Okay.
However, all that means is that nobody's seen him. He could be in his house sleeping. He could be under a tarp somewhere. Who knows?
Probably
So nobody
dead.
knows he's left. Probably dead. Yeah,
Yeah, he's probably dead.
I mean,
Someone's killed him.
no one's seen Murdoch either. Weirdly, now you mention it.
Well,
Anyway,
to be fair,
probably
I mean,
dead.
that's the first thing we're going to think is yeah, he's probably dead.
There's not really. So what I'll say is, yeah, so you are given the opportunity to go back to the armory. That's up to you. We will now switch to Dodger and Bogart. The day's kind of drying on. You are getting bored, but you do hear some voices on the road squabbling amongst themselves. You kind of it's voices you recognise. It's voices from the Ark, and it is heading in the direction of the Hill Drivers compound, and you recognise them as they walk by. Are you going to do anything, or are you just going to watch?
How many is there?
Let me make sure I get this right. There is 5 of them.
Oh, well, okay.
It is a gang that call themselves the Sunnies. You know them as Dennis, Charlie, Sweet D, Mac, and Frank.
Oh my god!
God save me.
Of course, it's the Sunnies in it.
Well, that sounds
Bogart, you know,
familiar.
they are fucking idiots. They are like, and they've formed a gang because no one else would deal with them. They just They're the worst. They always like no matter what the situation is, they somehow find a way to make it worse. As soon as you see them, you're like, this makes sense that they would be the ones that have ratted us out to the Hell Drivers.
You want a description? I want a description of each of them. What's Frank like? Is he
Yeah,
4
so-
foot?
Well, I will show you because I have got the pictures.
Oh, of course you do.
Because they quite handily had some pictures I could use.
Oh.
Of course.
I'm sorry to use at home that can't see this. What I'd done was basically I found a picture of the Sunnies that someone had done as fan art, and they were like Kiss. So they're kind of like they've got like the ridiculous glam metal gear on, and it's just nonsense. But I thought that'd be really funny because they'll traipse around the arc. They must have found a costume stop at some point and just dress thinking they look cool. It's all sparkly outfits and
Yeah.
face paint.
The only
They are-
female in the group, abusive and terrible, keeps the records of the group's failings on its own. Looks like a bird. I love it.
They are all terrible. And as you see them walk by, squabbling amongst themselves and say, oh, we should fucking tell the Hell Drivers. We should fucking tell the Hell Drivers because then they'll make us hell. They promised they'd make us Hell Drivers and then we'll be in charge of the Ark. They're going to come. They're going to they'll blow up parts some of the Ark. We'll be in charge. We'll come back. We'll give them stuff. And then you're just squabbling amongst themselves.
I'm just going to walk out towards them.
Oh,
Well,
my.
I was got to say to Bogart to wait because I feel like
Nah.
they're dead meat. I'll go to Bogart then. I can't leave them on his own.
Absolutely fine. The unofficial leader of the group, who I am going to say is
I'm just
Dennis.
going to go,
Yeah.
are you guys working for the Hell Driver too?
You see them all look stupidly at you, like, they're going to go to a huddle, like, did he say two? He's working with two?
Yeah, the boss is in here.
The boss is. Iona's in there?
Yes. We've been sitting having beers and food all night.
Fuck, I thought we
Talking
were-
about
did-
what positions of power we're going to have once she takes over the Ark.
Right, well, I'm going to be Emperor. You're not being Emperor, I'm being Emperor.
You can take that out with her.
You can go talk to him.
Well, what positions do you take? What did they promise you? Well, they said we'd get all the booze, all the food, all the bullets, and anything else we want to do in the Ark, and we're in charge. What did they promise you?
They promised they'd fix my face.
I get to kill anyone I want.
Those are quite good things as well. Shit. Okay, fine. Right, and they march into the building.
Cool. I'm going to seal it up and set it on fire.
Right, Scott. Specifically, so I'm assuming you say that she's in the back or something, yeah?
Yes.
Right, so they go through it. They're like, "Where is she? Where is she? Like, where is she?" All right, where is she? All this kind of stuff. And you're saying that she's in the back, yeah?
Yeah.
So they go through at the back. You're going to seal up the
wait.
building. Yes.
Before he seals up, can I throw the grenade in?
Do you have a grenade?
Yeah, I have a hand
does.
grenade. Yeah.
You 100%. As they're traipsing through, you can 100% throw a grenade into the middle of them.
Okay. Then they do
There-
something for that.
No, I'm just you can throw a grenade, man. That's just like.
All right, sorted. I'll do
What is the damage of a grenade? Do you know?
No, I didn't get. It's just in my inventory. Is just hand grenade.
Just grenade. Okay, cool.
I forgot I had that. I was like, I know I had
Well, I'll
something.
tell you what we'll do actually. And on that bombshell, we will leave it. We'll find out what the grenade.
On that bombshell.
We will find out what the grenade has done to them when we return in 4 weeks. Because Halloween month is amongst us,
yes.
upon us.
Oh, yeah.
Ah!
Yes.
Aha,
so this is the
we have
final
games.
stream for Mutant until probably November. Because even the 31st is a Monday. I believe Sly is going to be running his Cyberpunk Halloween one shot that day.
I think so.
So we will not be back on until the 7th of November with Mutant.
Yes.
However, I will be running an Alien one shot, 3-shot. But on the
one 3-shot, 1/3 shot.
third shot from the 17th, 18th, and 19th, set in the world of Alien, where they meet. I don't know, probably aliens, I'd assume. So yeah, I'll be doing that. My players are to be confirmed. Mary, Rachel, Logan, Leon, and one other. Once I make sure he definitely wants to do it. If not, it'll be somebody else. Next week we're doing something different though. So what's happening next week? He says to. I don't know where you are actually. You're down there to me. Richard, what are we doing next week? Anything?
Good question. Not that I know of. I'll need to work out. I will be doing. I know I will be doing a Terminator one shot based off the film thing of Terminator. I have one confirmed guest. I have a guest.
Ooh,
one confirmed guest.
outside of the actual
Yes, outside of the
game.
Sanity Check Gaming, we will have Smidge the Goblin coming on as a good friend of the channel.
Hey,
I
Smidge.
have yet to have a couple of other folk, but I'll probably have a couple of players if they're interested in this as well from yourselves.
Awesome.
Apart from that, unlike Lee, who likes to chicken out and everything, I will still be running D&D, my DD&D thing throughout. Well, apart from the one Tuesday that Lee is running. So I will have to eventually stop the game. So
Well, I actually have to have a day off. Oh my
I will
goodness.
actually, I know. Imagine having to have a day off from the actual D&D stream. Shocking. Some people can't commit, is what it is. Unbelievable. This is why Lee's having a problem finding a fifth.
Yeah, that's the problem we're having. Okay, so Richard's going to be doing his Terminator thing. I guess are you going to do that on a Monday? You'll take a Monday then, yeah?
I'll take it on a Monday or Tuesday, one of the weeks. Obviously not the week you're running, but
No, okay. I mean, we'll iron out the details. If it turns out there's a Monday we're not doing anything, then I will just run this again. However, the next session would
Can we
be a
get a
talk
monkey as a
session
guest?
anyway. Ooh, if I can get a monkey that can play D&D, then we'll do that, mate.
the
That
next
sounds really
session is
good.
probably talks anyway. So like I say, I'll probably end up getting a hold of the players and seeing who's wanting to play, and then go from there.
That's absolutely fine. Okay, Scott, what about yours? What are you doing?
I'll be doing a Call of Cthulhu one on Halloween.
You're joking? Actually, do a Call of Cthulhu game on Sanity Check Gaming? Don't be silly.
Are you doing it on
Yay!
Halloween? So you're taking the 31st then?
Yeah.
So what's Sly doing then? We maybe should have asked him this.
He was doing
Sly's-
like the week up to
Sly's
was
doing his
did
Cyberpunk,
he say he was doing Halloween?
Well,
It's
I'll get the middle
everybody
one.
said several different dates several times when we were having our talk. I just assumed Cthulhu Halloween.
That makes sense to me.
If he's got that already, I suppose it'll not happen until some other
Production
point.
meetings.
Okay, next thing we're doing then is having a meeting.
No, we had a meeting. It's just the fact is no one has
I
remembered
always
anything.
said the middle of the day. I always said those days because I've got
Yeah.
a week off, and that's when I'm going to write the stuff and then do it the following week. But anyway, that's cool. Okay, so Cthulhu's going to happen, Terminator's going to happen, Alien's going to happen, and Cyberpunk's going to happen. Details to be confirmed. We will send them out on our social medias, which is Facebook, the other one, Instagram. Richard will tweet it.
Yes, we also know
Twitter
that
as well.
Rach is running My Little Pony as well at some point during during the Halloween month. She's well up for that.
Obviously, yes.
Yeah.
Wondrous.
There is a My Little Pony. There is a My Little
23rd
Pony
of October, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. It's going to be an 8-hour long
canon
stream.
now. It's canon now. Like
It's
you're gonna
literally
have
Rachel
to.
with some
It's
My
on-
Little
it's
Ponies.
on the
I-
VOD.
Does this.
know
I
nothing
have
about
some.
that.
I still
I don't
have
know
some.
anything about My Little Pony except when I was younger and I used to watch it on telly.
Oh, don't worry. I used to watch it in telly as well when I was younger, and I'm a
like-
lot
I
older
like-
Yeah, I
than you.
used to watch it.
I
I
was
had
gonna say-
I had one or two of the Little Ponies.
Well,
I
I
don't
watched
know
the
much
original
about it,
My
can't
Little
remember.
Pony. I didn't watch like the remake because I was an adult man at that point, so that'd be weird.
I would have watched
Remake's
the
alright.
original, yeah.
I've heard
Grown
it's
men
very-
still watch it.
Yeah.
I've heard about bronies, yeah. I also believe it's meant to be like really good for like kids to watch it because it's all about like friendship and like sharing and stuff. So good for them.
Some of it's
Logan-
quite funny as well. So
Logan, have you got anything to plug?
No.
Oh, me and you are appearing at Comic Con. By appearing, I mean we're going to Comic Con this weekend.
Oh yeah.
aye, they're going to the worst city in Scotland. To be fair for that, so
That's right, Dunfermline.
he is broniest.
Newly
Sly, he is
appointed still.
broniest.
And Minnie, apart from plugging, plug yourself, Minnie. Tell people where they can find your artwork and you, and pay you money to do things.
Well, pretty much if you look up Bluffgar, you'll find me. But you can go to Coffee, which
Give her
is
coffee. That's all she needs.
ko-fi and then the rest of the URL, and then Bluffgar.
Do that. Rachel, you got anything to plug?
Absolutely nothing for a change, except thank you to everyone who's watched. That's very kind of you. Subscriptions are very kind as well. Lots of love.
Appreciate it very much. Also, yeah, I don't know how people feel about these incredibly mechanical, heavy, like game mechanics heavy episodes. Just so much happened. I need to sort through it because otherwise it's like things happen and don't make any sense. Next time we come in, we'll hopefully be back to adventure. But now we've got things to do, and I need to like write up stats for a Widow Kitty and how the hell you can make it. But I already have a location. Who's got a person who looks suspiciously like Stephen Lang.
This is why you're taking a month's break.
Yeah, so much writing to do. Scott, have you plugged anything? Yeah, who should I plug?
Like I say, it's just a Call of Cthulhu thing, and thanks everybody for watching.
Cool. We're going to raid somebody now. Minnie, did you tell us to raid somebody?
It's sort of. I don't think they need it, but there was a chance. We don't need to say it, do we?
I don't know. Let's do it. Right, anyway, well, thank you very much. Like, anyone that's watched this, anyone who ever watches, watch us on YouTube. All the previous episodes are on YouTube, Sanity Check Gaming. Check us out anytime. Watch our stuff, comment on it, like it, subscribe to it, I don't know, YouTube it, I don't know, do some YouTube shit. Please. And then hopefully we'll make money one day. I doubt it. We all have jobs. Cool. We love you all very much. Bye. See you soon.